Reverend Solomon Mwan, officer in charge, all other officials in charge of the CDC USA, my good friend, Mr. Jibo and Mrs. Jibo, thank you for being here with us. I would like to also introduce my son, Chang Wea, is here. My sister, Walube Wea. Greetings to other dignitaries here present. Madam Wode Minota City, the National Vice Chair, and other members of the National Executive Committee, members of the Congress for Democratic Change, other visiting dignitaries, special guests, our gallant chairperson and members of the various chapters of the CDC USA, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I bring you greetings from my wife, Madam Claire Mariwea, former First Lady of Liberia. She sends her best wishes and regrets that she could not join us here today due to circumstances beyond her control. Let me begin by thanking the chairman and members of the Pennsylvania chapter for hosting us here for this historic convention. I also want to extend my gratitude to every single one of you, members of CDC USA, for your strong support to the Congress for Democratic Change over these years. Regardless of being thousands of miles away from home, you continue to display the heart and soul of the Blue Revolution. You have carried Liberia in your prayers, in your sacrifices, and through the remittances you send home every single month, often at great personal cost to yourselves and your families here. You have not simply supported Liberia, you have sustained the economy, you have kept it breathing through some of its hardest hours, and history will always remember that. I am honored and grateful for the opportunity to speak to the partisans of the mighty CDC, wherever they are. But the USA structure holds a special significance for me. 22 years ago, the Congress for Democratic Change was born, not just in legislative chambers, but in living rooms, in churches, hills, and in the slum where ordinary citizens gather, with a strong belief that tomorrow could be better today than today. This was one of the earliest locations where Liberians from every walk of life began that very important dialogue. Those conversations were grounded in pure patriotism and the shared commitment to ensure that governance in Liberia would never again be for the elites. And look at what we have all been able to achieve today. You represent some of Liberia's brightest minds, hardest worker, and most committed patriots anywhere in the world. Every single day, you strengthen our country through your ideas, your investment, your advocacy, and the sacrifice you have made for the families this afternoon. Your greatest contribution is still ahead of you. I want to use this occasion to pay a special tribute their determination, their courage, and their resilience transformed what was once dismissed as an impossible dream into Liberia. Men and women who withstood turns, rejections, and hardship, yet believe the impossible long before it became reality. While those early days were often marked by intense and even our collective resolve was always strong enough to push past our individual differences for the sake of our beloved country. We owe them everything. Therefore, nowhere else among you here in the United States. Thank you for convening this historic gathering to steer CDC USA to its next chapter. I am aware that this process follows some internal disagreement, but let me say plainly, such friction is not a weakness. Dissent within political institutions is a fundamental of genuine democratic governance. It is the natural byproduct of passionate to achieve shared goals. I am proud that in the end, you remain steadfast to those goals, united in purpose, even where you differ in method. Fellow partisans, the outcome of today's convention is not a small I repeat myself. Fellow partisans, the outcome of today's convention is not a small matter. It is crucial and divisive, to recalibrate today, to be active, vigorous, uncompromising, participants in our mission to redeem our country from the currently witnessing under the Unity Party government. So today, I issue a clear call to every citizen at home and abroad. Prepare for the task ahead, because the hour is urgent. The road to 2029 runs through every chapter represented. But now, during our time at the head of government, we understood to nurture Liberia emerging democracy by grounding it strongly in respect for the rule of law. Because we are aware of the vices that led our nation into a darkest path. We labor to foster a culture of peaceful coexistence, irrespective of social or political affiliations. That was not an accident. It was a choice made every single day. Fellow partisans, I need now to tell you that those hard-won gains are now being reversed by the Bouakai administration. Families are struggling to eat. Businesses are collapsing under the weight of the bad economy and high taxes. And the Liberian people confidence in their own institution has been broken. The level of executive interference into government has never in the history of our post-war democracy been as pronounced, as reckless, or as dangerous. Let us call it what it is. This is not governance. This is a systematic, calculated assault on the rule of law. It is a government that continues to violate the very constitution it sought to defend. A government that treats our founding document, which is the sacred law of the land, but as an inconvenience to be stepped over whenever it stands in the way of raw, unchecked power. We are watching. In real time, dismantling of every strong institutions of integrity this country has built, bricks by bricks, but by design. We see it everywhere. violent acts of police brutality against helpless citizens. A Speaker of the House removed in violation of due process. Lawmakers illegal inconvenient. We see a legislature that no longer makes law for the people, but take its marching order directly from the executive marshal. Reduced to a rubber stamp for one man ambitions, and by their own ambitions. By a cartel of drug trafficking. A betrayal so grave is threatening the very sovereignty and security of our nation. This is a disgrace. This is a government at open war with the rule of law. And it must not be allowed to stand. Every librarian in the Constitution, every librarian who still believes in the promise of freedom as a stake in this fight. But fellow, hear me clearly on this point. Our fight is not a fight of vengeance, and it does not belong to the CDC alone. The Liberia we are rebuilding belongs to every Liberian, in every counties, in every communities, across every political tradition. Congress for Democratic Change will endeavor to work with every Liberian from every walks of life, from every political party. We do not condemn our brothers and sisters that were never meant to be kept. We say to them today, come together. The CDC seek to support a broad and inclusive opposition coalition. Because Liberia's future will not be secure by one party alone. You today in this room, to all of who doubt our resolve, to all of who believe use it instead to prepare to meet us on the political battlefield. Where the only currency that has ever mattered and the only currency that ever will. History has taught us again and again that divided movements do not change nations. Movements do. We are ready and we are united. And so, fellow partisans are close today with the words closer to my heart. I speak these words as your political leader. I speak them as your brother, as your servant, and as a man who say to you with humility, with resolve, and with the full weight of everything we have built together. Hands in hand, chapter by chapter, sacrifice by sacrifice. I will be a candidate for the presidency of the Republic of Nigeria. Let me reiterate. I say to you, with the full weight of everything we have built together, hand in hand, chapter by chapter, be a candidate for the presidency of the Republic of Nigeria in 2029. I say to you, with humility, with resolve, and with the full weight of everything we have built together. And for the presidency of the Republic of Liberia in 2029. With your support and blessings, and the mandate of the Congress for Democratic Change, I make this declaration because I have watched alongside you threats, and I refuse to stand on the sideline while our country is dismantled before. I've made it because you, the partisans who have never wavered, who have carried this deserve a fight that matches your loyalty. Wherever you are, whatever your circumstances, what we have started. We will reclaim our democracy. We will restore our institution. We will rebuild our beloved life. We are coming back. Fellow partisans, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, a movement built by the people cannot be destroyed by propaganda. A movement built on hope by setbacks. A movement rooted in the hearts and minds of ordinary Liberians cannot be erased. Is united. The CDC is organized. The CDC is energized. The CDC is strong. And the CDC is coming back to power. But to prepare for the future, today marks the beginning of the next chapter, a chapter of renewal, a chapter of
I wonder how you make your headlines in the press release a day.
We would have loved to play the entire audio recording, but due to some network connectivity, we cannot do so here this evening. We're going to bring you a detailed overview of the speech given by former President George Manneh Weah at the CDC USA convention today.
And I just want to ask you some questions.
Let me say good evening to all of you and welcome this evening to BKS TV and welcome to the Heat Hour program here on BKS TV. Today is the 30th day of July 2026. Now, because we have a lot on our plate here tonight, let's start with the first one. We've gone 23 minutes into the show already. Let's bring you a brief or detailed breakdown of the speech given today by former President George Manneh Weah at the CDC USA convention. In the middle of the speech, according to him, he said, I speak these words as your political leader. I speak them as your brother, as your servant, and as a man whose heart never once left this movement. Bear with me for a little bit. Let me try to get it straight here this evening. Bear with me for a very short. Okay, great. Now I have it with me here. So again, speaking at the CDC USA convention, former President George Manneh Weah addressed the party supporters and said his decision to seek the presidency again was driven by his commitment to the movement and his concern about the direction of which the country is heading. According to former President Weah, he said, I speak these words as your political leader, as your brother, as your servant, and as a man whose heart has never once left this movement. Weah told his supporters. The former president said he was declaring his candidacy with humility, resolve, and full weight of the work and sacrifices made by the CDC supporters over the years. According to him, today I declare that I will be a candidate for the presidency of the Republic of Liberia in 2029. With your support, your blessings, and the mandate of the Congress of Democratic Change, I make this declaration, he stated. Weah criticized what he described as threat to the progress achieved under his administration and said could not remain silent while Liberia's future was at risk. According to him, I quote, I refuse to stand on the sideline while our country is dismantled before our eyes, he said. The former president praised CDC partisans for their continued loyalty and urged them to remain united ahead of the upcoming political contest. He emphasized the need for organization and mobilization and preparation across Liberia. According to him, he stated, and I quote, this is not the time for division. This is not the time for complicity. This is the time for mobilization. This is the time to march forward. We are declared. He further assured supporters that CDC remains strong and capable of returning to national leadership. According to him, the CDC is alive, the CDC is united, the CDC is organized, the CDC is energized, the CDC is strong, and the CDC is coming back to power. He said, we have described the convention as the beginning of a new phase of the party, focused on renewal, reorganization, and victory in the future election to come. He called on CDC supporters across Liberia and abroad to spread the party's message throughout counties, districts, towns, and villages as preparation begin for the 2029 presidential race. May God bless the Congress for Democratic Change, and may God bless Liberia, the former president concluded. So that's it. We have a lot to bring to you here this evening. A couple of them. Let's try to bring you some major updates across Liberia, and we'll bring on the rest of the panelists too as well. All right. But before we go to that, tonight we'll be hosting Senatorial Hope for Nima County, County Senator 9, the advisor to Honor Musa Hassan Belete, Honor Armstrong Gugba Seleko. Tonight's edition of the show will focus on training issues for Nima County. But in the headlines here this evening, Joint Security of Liberia discussed over $336 million US dollar worth of cocaine today in Liberia. The PUL, the Press Union of Liberia, has given the government of Liberia 72 hours to prove drug cartel's claim against the media. Retired Ganta teacher dies after falling into a waterway in Nima County and away from Liberia. Oprah Winfrey to close South Africa Girls Leadership Academy in 2027. We'll bring you more details of this story here tonight as the show unfolds. We'll go for this short break, and when we come back, we bring on the rest of the panelists. Stay with us and keep listening.
That those who support the continuation of the 24-year we have made peace, I support such people. You can blow me, I blow you with a personal thing. But when you support 24 years of peace and its continuation, to allow our children and those unborn for their mother to deliver them peacefully under a conducive atmosphere, where investors will get attracted to come and invest and put food on the people's table, I stand by you. But if people who just got elected, that we went on the ground to do everything we could in our weekdays, spend our own money, our vehicles there are all down because of that. If they can prioritize World Bank Code, asset recovery, this one at the early stage. The question will be, what about Madam Saleh, who had the larger troops, international troops in this country for UN? It was the time to do what they wanted to do. The troops that came here was the largest troop ever in Africa for peace. They didn't do it. They did not do it during George Weah time. But there was a noise. And George Weah sent a letter to the Senate to advise him. The Senate had an open hearing, invited experts from all over to come. And they found out that the TRC, based upon which the World Bank Code, is filled with flaws, biases. It was politically put together to accuse and indict and get rid of certain people, while others who were supposed to appear to give the statement on their experience in the war refused flatly. However the case, do you support the peace continuation, or do you want to go after people that you know may probably harm all of us? Some people say, Sierra Leone people that had a thing, the jail people. What, your interest is the jail people? After Sierra Leone jail people, what happened? How many coup d'etat ever happened there? Are they at peace right now? There's instability up and down over there. There's no genuine security over there. So as a minister of the gospel of Christ, I believe in whom I trust. I believe in reconciliation. And I want to say to you, your support for peace is the reason I invited you. Liberians at home, they want their peace. Not Liberians abroad who live there, who settle there, who become American, and they on the air every day calling for things that will not affect them. When I'm told, they say, oh, Prince John threatening out the peace of Liberia. How do I threaten? I built one of the largest universities in this country. That's a large building there. I cannot make trouble to break my home. My children here, my whole family here. I got nowhere to carry them. So the same way people do football analysis before the game, they know who will win. They're talking. I do political analysis and security analysis. I haven't been trained at home and abroad and have the experience for 36 years. So I only speak to create awareness. Now don't pursue this because it will not be good for you for now. So your desire for peace, your urge for peace, your commitment to peace, your life of peace, I pray for you. In the name of Jesus, the power of the Holy Spirit vested in me. Lord, you met me in Libya. I just couldn't see your face. And you told me to follow you. And based upon that, you put your word in my mouth to decree and declare prosperity, victory, success, to be the head and the tail. In the name of Jesus, my every desire, rise up in the name of Jesus and go, and victory is a show for you. In Jesus' name.
And so
I'm seeing here
the prophet, the late Senator Prince Jomi Johnson, praying there for us in the Samuel Koga before what's it, the 2024 election, the by-election, I guess so. And that's it. If you just joined us here tonight, you are listening to the Heat Hour Show. And of course, we discuss politics, health, agriculture, entertainment, and a lot more. See you. Good evening. Welcome to the show this evening. How you doing, Chief?
Great. As always, it's good to be back. Wonderful. We had a really good show last night. And I think you guys didn't want to even close. I had to turn my camera off and then leave. But I think if tonight we promise to be a really good one because we'll be hosting Koba, and then if other folks join, with all the things that are happening in Nimba County, in Liberia, I mean, the news is just everywhere, so you don't even know where to start, where to end. But it's gonna be a wonderful show. Yeah, I listened to that clip there. I don't know when this clip was taken. I think it was after the election, after this current regime won.
Yeah, during the 2024 by-election when Senator Koga contested against Senator Yan Twine.
But yeah, so yes, so that's when he. Yeah, I mean, but it's no secret. That's why I was telling those guys yesterday. Like I said, tooth and tongue do fight. There's no secret that Honorable Koga and the late old man had disagreement, like any other family. And then after that, they make amends like any other family member. He called him and, they put things together. From what I even know is that when they try to fix things, he even said it because I don't know when I'm going to die. So I want to fix things with my family member, and they put things together and he forgave him. So as a man of God there, you could tell that he was genuine about his love for his relative there, and and he prayed over him. Before he would pray there, you saw that he spoke before he did that. But that's a powerful video there to see, powerful clip there to see between two of our leaders, especially from y'all, and also from our family. So that's a good one. I know it's good to have things like that, and also keep living the 21st century now, where you have records, videos, and all over the place. So I hope I better never had that thing way back in the days. Now, they say, as they can say in sports, the ball don't lie. You have these records, but it was good to see that. I'm glad that you had. I never saw that before. But great show. You played President Weah clip there about coming back, and then that's
Mhm.
also an interesting one. And we look forward to seeing our other guys join us here to discuss that. But one thing I noticed about his speech was you can the wording he used, my full chest, and he's ready for that. He can't sit on the side to see the country, our democracy go the way it's going. He touched on several things that had to do with lawmakers taking directive directly from the executive. He talked about some lawmaker being removed. I think the speaker being removed. He talked about so many things there, and you could tell that he's very passionate about it. And then he talked about it too with humility and passion, and talk about the political battlefield. Oh man, all stuff. So as you can see, is going to be interesting. Come 2029, he's laying the premise. As we all know, it's always usually two-lane street. But I know we have other folks there, CMC and other political parties that are there, but no one can dispute the fact that Unity Party and CDC will be the one, leading there in 2029. And it's going to be interesting. There are several variables, several factors that come into play now. And we look forward to following that. It's going to be new dispensation in our political body. It's going to be new day. And a lot of things that happen. So it'll be two people who have records, two people who have ran the country for 6 years, respectively, right? President Weah was there for 6 years, and then Liberian people decided to let someone else come and took over. President Barker and his team there now. They're going 3 years almost, and then we'll be going to 2029. So now there will be no reason to say, oh, let's give this person a try. This person never been there before. They will both be contesting on their records. What was done under the two presidents regime, and Liberian people will be the judge. Liberians will sit back and follow. Liberians will be the one to make the call. Liberians will have something. It's not a blank check no more. It's not multiple choice. It's something. Hey, you got the records there. Grade both of them. Who do you think did better? Was it President Weah or is it President Joseph Boakai? So it's going to be interesting. We look forward to seeing that. But from now to, someone and I were saying, we're discussing, and we're talking about, things will start heating up in 2027, 2020, late 2027. But from the local thing, I don't really think so. I think it's going to start this year. I think people will start, making moves, putting things together. Because of things that are happening, and Liberia is in the headline. Things that are happening all over the place, and several political fights will be all over the place for leadership. And Liberians, I'm really hoping that Liberians and happy that Liberians will be the one to make the call, regardless of who you are, what you think you are, what you think you have. Liberians will be the one to make the call, and they'll be the one to decide come 2029. Yeah, but great stuff. We look forward to bringing on the other guys on here so we can have discussion. I don't know if you reach out to our guests. I'm happy to do that too.
I've tried. I don't know why, but I think you should also try from your end. I think I sent you a message already. He's not picking my calls. But again, if you just join us here, you are listening to the Heat Hour. But let's hear you, Siawite. Welcome. What's on your mind this evening, Chief?
Yeah, Gian, good evening. See you and good evening to our listeners. We are happy to be back. There are a lot of training issue in the country regarding the drug situation. So today, I think the joint security, briefed the public about what is happening. But I think the shocking revelation was that the attack on the media. I think that was actually, over the step. It was overboard by the police director or inspector general, so to say, because that's why Senator Dillon posted. If you read on Senator Dillon page, why it's true that there are speculations and rumors everywhere around the corner. I think the government got the greater responsibility with the security to maintain and restore law and order. Because if you, one thing, no country or no government should ever endeavor is to attack the media, because the media is a powerful tool. That's why you see even the great United States, regardless of how they get disagreement, you'll never see the guys attacking. People may have their view, but you as a state actor come on and make those kind of statement regarding the press. I feel that it was unfortunate. The police inspector general, I think he's going out of bounds. It should not be that way, because the press, if it is not the media, all of what is happening, the public won't know. So it's quite unfortunate that the media or the police will go into such conversation with the public. But as the show goes on, John, for me, that's why I have to say, always we sharpen the contradiction. Our country, the way it's proceeding, we want to say kudos to the national government for the engagement and all of that. But to be frank, the position from the police director is quite unfortunate, because I don't see people fighting the press to survive, because the press is the one who gave information. It's very powerful. So if you got a police inspector general and the same press, you are going to the same press to disseminate information, I feel you don't even know what he's doing. Like I said last night, he needs to be very meticulous on how he handle this situation, because if you are accusing media institution of being compromised by cartel, that's a very grave and huge allegation. And for me, I won't encourage that to run with this kind of story. I think Gregory, like I said last night, sometimes conscience play on people, and sometimes when you get to the microphone, that's one thing my grandfather told me, Jim. He said, when you are guilty of certain things, sometimes when you feel embarrassed of certain things, when people speak of it, you get off the bat, because if you as a police director right now, your guys are implicated. That's what I said last night. The gentleman need to be suspended. He needs to be suspended, because from his own backyard, I know CSD or the guy was cutting the hook. Why will a senior police officer be even engaged into that? I mean, our life is at risk in the country. So you want to say a male position, and people will start to call at the back and making position as if you live with them. No. But what I would say is, some of us, we are victims of these drugs. We will be on it to get to the bottom of this. But I feel that the police director, I don't think he should even be making statement, because basically he's forcing with the media. And anyone who goes to the media to fight the media, I think you are heading for the wrong side. So that's why I have to say, as we move along, we will get to know what's the topic on discussion we expect our guests. But on the overall, the government is making strides in the just investigation. I think it's a training issue in Liberia. But as it stands, we want to say thank you to the administration so far. But the police director will need to be cautious on how he address this situation, because it's very delicate. So that's what I can say for now.
Thank you, Siawite. They attempt by the police director today to allege that some media entities or media practitioners have been given cattle to sway the public minds and all of those things. I think that's politics, and I think that's an attack on the press. That's an attack on free speech. That's an attack to the Liberian people. Because the next thing you start seeing now is the police argue will start going after prominent media practitioners who have been discussing this issue and trying to link them to this entire drug thing, and it becomes a politics. If you so claim that you have intel or the cartels have paid some media practitioner, why not go to investigate them if you're pretty sure of that? And I think it is about time that the entire Ministry of Information be reshuffled. Because if they are not attacking officials outside of regular press briefing, they are attacking them at the press briefing, which is totally wrong. I have never seen any journalists who have gone out of the way to say any other thing contrary to this government. I think all Liberians have had the same voice when it comes to discussing this just issue. We all have been saying the government needs to do her best to prosecute those people. And one of the saddest things that I listen to today from the police RG is him claiming that this thing, it involved top officials within the government. But I refuse to maybe name one person as person of interest or to indict one person as a suspect. And this speculation continue to go around. And the same police will come to tell the public, we do not need to speculate in these issues. We have to be very cautious how we're discussing it. It has to do with national security issue. What becomes of the national security today? When you go to stand at the country number one, which is the Ministry of Information regular press briefing regarding the country's security, health, and everything. And you go there to say top officials are involved with this thing, but you can't call names, and you say media practitioners are involved. And I think it's meant to silence the media. But I like the stand from the Press Union of Liberia. They released a statement that they are giving the government 72 hours to prove their allegation. If they can, I will encourage the Press Union of Liberia to fire back. To fire back immediately. And to even call on the president to dismiss the IG for alleging without evidence. Unfounded information, you go to stand. You know, the police IG is getting too much in Liberia. Just recently, you was in Senate hearing, referred to a sitting senator as a loose talker. And the Senate did nothing about it. Today went and categorized the entire media of the country. Categorize everybody because you're not calling him. You say, oh, somebody are involved, they get them money. So that they can be discussing every day, and the public attention will stay away from the work the government is doing. Is Gregory competent right now to be heading this drug thing? Why would you say national security discussion, but the Minister of Justice can't go for press briefing that the police IG? You don't see the DEA who is ahead of the drug issue to go for press briefing, but you see the police IG. Something is featured. Something is not right. Something is not happening. But let me stop here and let me hear from you, CEO. You are muted.
Yeah, sorry. I trying to clean up my surrounding here before I come in. So it's funny because it's the same IG that said that the same IG that referred to a sitting senator as loose talker is also talking loosely, because you can fairly consider that as loose talking, because he's saying things to one of the powerful pillows of any democracy, which is the media, that is highly protected. In any functional democracy, you just make blanket allegation without any fact, and you are standing on the podium there speaking to the world, not just Liberians. You're speaking to the world about this massive drugs issue, and you are alleging that some media institution are taking money to disrupt the whole case. That says a lot about him. So I think we will also consider him as a loose talker because he's talking without any evidence. And if he can't give the evidence, then it's the same thing he accused someone of. Exactly what he's doing. But no, that for me, like you said, I think it's all politics. He's playing politics with that, and that's wrong. One thing I will also to one thing I will want to point out was the same IG in question talked about the drugs. The same drug case we're talking about was sanctioned by senior level government officials, and that's. I mean, for me, I think it's welcoming. Good that they are saying that, but it's also scary because if people that the government, Liberian people trust, put in power to save us, to guide us, to protect this country and work for us, for the interest of the government, and they are allegedly involved, not at the lower level, but senior government official. Again, I'm quoting the IG himself. That tells you a lot about what we need to know surrounding this drug issue. That should make Liberians to sit back and start thinking, why will people that we trust to take care of this country are doing that? People that we are paying, our tax dollars are paying, they are doing that. So for me, the loose talking part, they're talking about attacking media. For me, I think that's just politics. I think he's wrong. He should even take that statement back. It sounds like he speaks out of emotion. He speaks sometimes out of emotion. The same thing he did in the Senate. It's the same thing he did here. I won't be surprised if he take that comment back and he apologizes to the media as a whole. If he doesn't do that, then, but I think he's going to do it. But for me, I think what all Liberians should really pay attention to from yesterday's or today's press briefing has to do with the fact that top government officials are under investigation and for this drug allegation. But I want to say welcome to Legend. Legend, you see you show up, you're picking laughing. My brother Ato, welcome to the show.
You know why I'm smiling? I'm seeing Legend coming into the political discourse now. So
Legend
have been involved to some extent, yeah.
Okay, so great. Now it's great to have you on the show here this evening, Legend.
Welcome to my brother Ato for
pleasure,
coming.
always.
CEO, you can close up for us there before we go to the other people.
Yeah, no, I'm done. I think I want to say welcome to my dear brother Ato. I know that Ghana jersey you wearing, or what jersey you wearing? That Ghana, that 5-star Ato, or that Ghana Black Star. You're muted. You're muted. Oh, I think I muted him, man. Let me see. Yeah.
So I'm unmuted now.
Yeah, a Ghana Black Star jersey or what?
Yeah. I saw that Black Star in World Cup, so I'm wearing Black Star.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. So Junior, we'll have a good show. We'll have Legend here. Legend reach out to me. Legend wants to, Legend is one of the biggest supporters of this platform. So first of all, we want to mix this up, right? We got all Liberians from all sector, all background to our audience. Legend will officially introduce himself here tonight. Legend, Legend is not from Nima County, as the people. I thought people were saying that Nima thing. Legend, I'm from Nima County. That Legend.
Right.
So, and I'm so excited to have him here tonight. He will introduce himself and then welcome him to the platform. We look forward to hosting him. And then we got Afonso P. Koto. Sion stay out of my man. It says Sion out of there in the thing also. Welcome to the platform. I'm glad that you are on here tonight. We look forward to having you two on here, and hopefully this is not just one-time thing. We hope to have you as we continue to go. So we have a lot of new faces tonight, and we look forward to having a good show tonight, especially after the former president George Manneh Weah announced his candidacy for 2029. I would love to hear what Ato and Afonso. I already know Legend's point on that. He called me about it, so that's why he's here tonight. But over to you, Junior.
Thank you, CEO. I will go to Arthur, and let's try to ask you, Arthur, what's on your mind this evening. If you do care, you can speak to us about the statement made against the media in relation to the drug issue in the country right now by the police IG.
Okay, so thank you. Let me say welcome to Efanso Koto, the senior state actor. I think if I'm right, today will be a debut on the show.
You know, this is
No.
the second time.
Oh, okay. So what I
Like,
said,
yeah,
okay. So welcome. So let me say to Legend, I don't know you, so let me say welcome on the show, and good to be here. This place is a place to be. Home for whom.
I
So
know.
let me
Before you go there, you know, when former football player, you can connect. The only non-football player we got on the platform right now, the host.
Yeah.
Junior, your CEO throwing you under the bus.
Yeah.
No, you know, the time we used to play at Community League Malakala, the Futan boy I used to be playing. But anyways, everybody got an era. Arthur, let's hear you.
Yeah, so what's on my mind, I think the CEO and myself, Pat got the same conversation as to what's on our mind. Yeah, I'm happy again, like I've always said on the show, that we should give the security sector that is investigating, more said the joint security that is investigating this drug saga, the opportunity to do a due diligence where they will have full evidences adduced to them to appear to court with all of the accused so that they can have their day in court, because mind you, our country is a country of law. And yesterday, we said on the show that 12 persons were indicted. Today again, the IG, instructed by the Minister of Justice, had a press conference, and then he made a lot of relevation. I mean, not relevation, but he provided a lot of information to us today. So, which is good for the fight, which is good against the fight against drugs. I mean, so which is very good, and I think we should continue to give them the opportunity, because what he said today was very important, and I hope and pray that this show will take cue from that, so that we can guard it as we move along and have conversation about the drug issue. Because to the extent that he did not only say that permanent persons in the current security sector were linked, including the chief of traffic, the chief of highway traffic, including the major crimes investigator, but you also mentions about government officials who are currently sitting in government, and also he also talked about government officials in the past, and just elevated my argument. I said before here that the drug issue in our country, our Ebola, is a very poor place. They have been porous years back. You like it, starting from the top, starting from the Taylor, Ellen, coming to the George Weah and the Blackard. To the extent that he said it today, he said it had been years back. And so it means that our country has been a floodgate open where people were transiting freely. So all we can pray for and hope is that the citizen rate will be patient and know the eager. They got to know the real thing that's happening to our country as to the fight against drugs, and those who are bringing the drugs into the country. But we should also be patient and listen and give the security sector the opportunity. So I think gradually we are getting there. And the issue he raised with the press, for me, I got a big slight difference. I think that's the difference between CEO and myself, because we are media. Those who are media pundits, and those who are political commentators. As for me, don't believe that all media institutions in our country are credible. Not at all. I don't believe that. I'm a serious participant in Liberian politics. I interact with journalists day by day. All media institutions in our country are not credible. There are some who are very credible and doing extremely well, but there are some who are not doing well at all. They're doing yellow journalism, which is clear. And the Inspector General said today, he says some media institutions are paid by cartel. He did not say all media institutions. If he had said all media institutions, trust me, I myself, I would have gone on my Facebook page to go after him. But he says some, and I'm aware. I know there are some media institutions who are paid, who acting like they are paid by cartel, per their reportage. And he said it to the squad, which is true. To present it like, because he said, son, he run everybody, we put in the media institution in a position where they are demand God. They never air. All the reporters are 100% correct, which is not true. There are numerous information the media institutions are provided since the drug saga started. I can even catalog to you guys on the show that put that not been true. They are called a lot of names that they say they are linked to the drug. But in a statement, they will not provide any link or any facts as to how they are linked to the drug issue. So it just clearly shows that there are some media institutions that are like they are paid or they are paid by just cartel.
No, but he didn't say actor. He
said some CEO. No,
yeah.
CEO.
He said some are paid.
He said some
He
are
said
paid.
some are paid. He said some are paid.
Yes.
CEO. So I know that. I learned they click carefully. I learned they very carefully.
No, but you're not saying act. You saying act now. So you trying to modify what he said.
But he said some are paid. We is not accurate.
Yes.
Indeed. Some need prepare their action. Now why he said some are paid per their action?
Okay,
he
great.
said some because per their action and reportage. Now why he said it? He ain't got to get.
So from what the police RG said today, I think he spoke out of ignorance. He spoke loosely to the media, and I believe that.
So Gio, I'm not concluded.
Yeah.
I'm not concluded.
We'll discuss as a topic.
So let keep it as a first topic. Let's stick to
I know you want hit.
Yeah. So my second one, I know that you got it. All you guys saw in the chat room. I know you got it on the template for it because the former president today attended the citizen convention.
We'll discuss that one.
Okay, no problem. But I hope we're discussing the drug issue too. Because it's very capital.
Most definitely. That's our first point of discussion.
Because CEO talk about it, I was just trying to come into.
Most definitely. So, Legend, our mayor Fanso is in the car, so let's give him the opportunity to speak. What's on his mind, and we'll come to you. Senior State Actor, welcome. How you doing, Chief?
So thank you very much for the opportunity. I just want to register this Arthur. This is not my first time on the show. Participated in the show 2 times. Well, because I have some issue with the panelists, and I thought not to bother them, and I give them that space because I want for a person that if you are not on my side, I better not listen to you and let you go say what you want to say. But again, because other people talk that I've been afraid, other people talk that I couldn't come to the disco to put on a challenge. So that's why I came today. So, Junior brother, Junior, let me say thank you for the opportunity. And to see you, thank you, Arthur, thank you for the encouragement. And I mean, I know the other guy, but again, my brother, how you doing, man? Here, Alfonso Cotto. I work for government. So what is on my mind is, let me firstly commend the government, the police director, and the drone security. They are doing a transmedia well. And what they have done, no government, absolutely no government have ever done that. So even go within your closet and then point out people within senior the security apparatus position to bring up a media. The president, President Iman Bouaka, doing a campaign messaging, like I said, will tackle drugs, will make sure we make Liberia a zero-free drugs country. So he had just exemplified that, and I appreciate him for that. And I'm asking everybody, this drug issue is not about politics, it's not about individual, it's about helping this country. Because it's sad to see our younger generation, because the vast majority of this country is the young people. To see them into drugs, to see them going create about drugs. So it's incumbent upon us. Everyone on this show here, be it you MDR man, be it you utility man, be it you Unity Party man, be it you supporting Koga, be it supporting Jeremiah Kun, you must stay strong and stay in this fight. Any attempt to put us out there, it may hurt everyone at all. Even the greatest country in the world, America. Today, if you know the drugs have entered very strictly in America, you will clap for Colonel Gregory Kuma, that what he have done and what he has exemplified, he has helped this country. So Today, the police, the drone security burned the trust, and it's a plus for the government. And I want to tell the president, thank you very much for the level of work you have done and to keep our country safe. Did I say the country is 100% free from drugs? No, but the country is seeing how best they can tackle the drug issue because the cartel is not 1 year, not 2 years, 3 years. The cartel has been for over 8, 9 years. So to tackle the cartel, we need everybody here on the deck and not to put the police out. I know people want to do propaganda, want to buy sentiment.
We'll come to that. You have.
Yeah, so let me learn on this. Let me learn on this. I heard Jim brother saying that the police director spoke about journalists. I think he was very professional. If I were in that position, I come to need some people. I even come to need Gione today. I say Gione police I come to need Renee CA. Imagine Renee CA when a media in say Rossville, there's a higher person in government that get house in Rossville. When they spoon Gione go to Rossville, no house there. They want to do so that continue. So I think he was very professional today, and I respect his professionalism. But again, I expect him to need some people. And if he hasn't to need some people, even on the show, I will need somebody. But we'll hold it for now to see how best we can discuss the issue. Thank you.
Welcome, stay out there. I personally reach out to him. He's my junior brother. I told him, I said, we need diverse opinion here. You know, come on, let's build this. Let's agree to disagree. And he came on the show. So welcome to the show, man. We look forward to hosting you, having you on here.
Thank you.
So
thank you. Welcome. You know, now you say we should call him state actor, but I usually call him Sangote Prince.
So state actor. That's
y'all can call him state actor for me.
No, I wasn't need that. The government need a state actor. I wasn't need that.
Legend, welcome. Let's hear you what's on your mind, Chief.
Yeah. Firstly, let me say mighty thanks to all of you and always to my brother, the CEO, for affording me another opportunity back on you guys' platform. So, firstly, I must do justice to the fourth estate, which is the media. So, considering I come from that background, I hold a demonstrable education in mass communication, and by virtue of the fact that a lot of people do not know the reason why we are called the fourth estate, it speaks to our own importance in every and any society on planet Earth. The first, we'll know the first three estates, which are we call notably the branches of government. You know, the executive, then come the legislative branch, then the judiciary branch of government, then come us, the media, the fourth estate. That's why we are referred to as the fourth estate. So you will see that almost every function and structure and institution in government has a representative in person of a press secretary to that place. For instance, the Liberia National Police has a press secretary. The executive mansion has a press secretary. Right now, I want to believe my brother Sam Collins is the spokesman for the LMP. Prior to that, then we as administration, it was somebody who and I graduated together from college, CCR Gigley Clark. So you will see here that, you know, the media needs to be respected. So even though I'm a proponent of this president, I support this president, but I think it was inexpedient. Even I like Gregory Coleman a lot, but I think it was inexpedient the way he came at the media. We're all providing, you know, some kind of leverage or evidence, you know, to substantiate his claim that some media institutions were receiving funds from the cartel. If that was the case, I think what he could have done was provide some evidence through the wing of the LMP's own press department, you know, make some clarity. You can just make a blanketed statement like that and leave it at that. And I maintain I'm a supporter of this president. I'm not a UPist, never joined any political institution, but I support President Bouaka. So I think if anyone close with authority or closer to our IG, who I'm a fan of, I think they should reach out to him to tell him that if it's within a wheelhouse, they should provide some level of clarity on that, because the media is such a stronghold in any state, and so is it in our country too. And then in parting for my introduction, I wanted to look at the former president who happened to be from the CDC and President George Manneh Weah. He once returned to state power. He made a powerful press conference today, and my brother Alvin, we spoke about it already. I think it is unwise for him to be trying to come back on Liberian, trying to forge ahead, considering.
Hey, let's hold you there for a little bit.
Is he all the men hungry? All the men hungry. Stay out there, guy on the topic. I don't want to go. Legend 2 on fire.
Yeah, so
yeah, it'll be a good show. I'm happy to have all of you.
Yeah. Siawete, welcome back. Maybe we can go back to the issue of President Weah announcing his reappearance into Liberian politics, contesting 2029. But this is something I want to agree with Legend. The media have different strategy when it comes to reporting. There are different types of reporting. There is a reporting called analytical reporting. That reporting will just go to say something for those who have the news to come outside with it when the media is not getting the news from them. So instead of you going with a direct father, you want each to go to the news maker and ask them those father, you want each question, you go to do analytical reporting where you sit on the media, you sit on your radio station and you say some of those things all shortly. And I think that's what all media institutions have been doing, because we've not been hearing from the government. The government has not been updating us as to how the drug issue is going. So you will hear people that really CNN will be saying a drug was seized at the Rossville residence. Now, he knows fully well that a drug was seized at the Rossville residence. You and I didn't know. They didn't brief us about it. They didn't tell us drug was seized at Rossville. He knew about it. And the only way that the government could have spoken about that issue is to say it was seized at the residence of XYZ pressing place, allegedly. Then the government now will come in and say, no, it wasn't seized at the present place. In fact, we actually seized drugs from that place, but we didn't seize it from this area. The speculation is coming about because the government is not informing the citizen. We're not getting any information. The drug that was seized at the Rossville area, any of you here was aware of it? Did you know that the LDE had a press conference about that drugs from the Rossville area? We heard it from media practitioners. They told us about it. So for you to sit down because media practitioners are going in deep to ask questions or to make some statement that will make you to speak to issue and you come to say they have received money from cartel, I think that was out of order. And I'm calling on the PUL to make sure that they have an answer from this issue, because it might be this administration today. Tomorrow, when another administration comes to power and media start to ask questions, they will go after them the same way, which we don't want it to be that way.
Thank you. So here's my recommendation. I know many media men, you fiery about the accusation there. So when you attack the media, they can cover the man's skin. So you leave it here alone, you won't go. But here's what I think, though. I think we should discuss the drugs topic, go straight off of what the IG said. Everything that happened today, we discuss that, and then we can use President Weah's statement today, a declaration that will make all the UP men here jibo. Today we can discuss that towards the end. It's going to be hard because all the men here, other than they're against that speech. I thought my man Legend and Siawete. So it'll probably be only me and my son Gianna will speak for President Weah here tonight. But
no, I have a fair opinion.
I'll speak, in a way that it will not be one-sided. We can't have the entire on one side. So I'll play devil's advocate. But I think we should go around the table, let each person have their say on not just the IG statement, but the entire drug saga, right? What has happened, the way the government has been handling the, international community involvement, the burning of the drugs that they did today, and everything surrounding that. I think we should give each person time to discuss that, because I think this is important. If we keep it towards the end, then we run out of time, right? So since we are here, we are hot now. Let's discuss the trending issue, which happened to do with the drugs.
Great. I want us to start with the drug issue. Let's go to it. Last night we were discussing it. We started from the indictment, but today they've burned the drugs and everything. Those people who are being indicted, they are in court currently. I think they are at South Beach. I'm pretty sure of that. But let's hear you. What's your take on how this government has been handling the issue? Now it is no longer like as we're saying, our Liberian saying. The police RG said today that senior government officials, both current and past government officials, are involved into this. Media has also been paid to divert the conversation. I mean, to divert the public mind from the good job that the joint security is doing. What say you on this whole thing, and what could be your recommendation? Because we all saying this thing with one voice. I would like to start with you, Arthur, because we caught you up last night. After that, we'll go to the state actor legend, and then Siawete and the CEO, and go to the next issue.
Okay, so thank you again. So, like we started last night, and I said that the issue of the entire drug issue is a very serious and the national security concern, and that's the reason why the president have taken it head on without no delay, and he has said it's squarely that there must be an in-depth investigation done by the national joint security, including our international partners. I'm not really surprised as to what is happening as per the investigation, the kind of names that are coming up, because I'm aware that our country, like I have said, our borders are very porous, both in the air, both by land, and both by water, very porous. It's not only restricted to Madam Sirleaf, the Chancellor, the George Weah, but even our own regime. So our security sector needs a lot of work to do through security sector reform, but at the end result, by deploying people at various borders, that our country will be very tight and the security will be very, very strong. Not strong in totality, that there will be no leakages, but at a certain level, at least we can control our borders. So I know that there will be infiltration coming. There will be infiltration where people through the leakages will make their way through. But where we are today, I think all this is happening because of the president, the presidential power, and the presidential will of the president. That he has made a position clear that whether you're in a government, whether you are a son, whether you are even a extended relative or appointees, once you are linked to the drugs, you will go. And we've seen it today. Noka board member is out. He's been arrested and he's been charged. He's in court. Today, senior people from the LMP, they have been relieved of that position. Today, they have been charged, going to court. You got 2 to 3 persons for NSA being charged. They on their way to court. It clearly tells you the government ability to fight drugs at certain level. And mind you, the drugs in question we're talking about is not an easy drugs. Cocaine. That drug was not brought here. The other way was not brought to be sold here. It was brought to be translated to another country. And the another gain that the government have made today is the drug that we got brand today. 19 million plus 317 million that was brand. I can't remember whether such a drug had all been brand in our country history before, arrested by government and been brand. That's a very bold step, and that's a very handsome international accolade that this government will win against the first of, against the first of drugs. So what I'm saying is that let us be patient. There are challenges here. Mm-hmm. Is that where we want to get? No. Is that how we want for our country to be? No. Are we doing it so that the country can be better? Yes. Are there challenges? Yes. Let us be patient. Let us be patient and give the security sector the opportunity so that they can investigate and carry those who are attached and accused to court. Let us not politicize this thing. Because the reason is that to politicize it is to confuse the security sector. Because the judge in question, I heard JR saying, oh, the police is not making press conference, is not updating. I got a big slap different from that. Because mind you, the police was not have press conference every day. Because the judge in question, we're talking about cocaine. We're not talking about marijuana, we're talking about cocaine. So even if you arrest some people who in the drugs investigation, they are referred to as a pawn. The pawn are people that you use to gather information to link the real doer of the act. So in investigating the pawn, I'm told, I'm not a security person.
After why you land there, why you complete your thought that you are a big supporters of the government. What's your take on the fact that the IG said today unequivocally that senior government officials are linked directly to this drug? Well, what's your say on that from your government that you support their perspective to this massive drug issue.
Yeah, and when I heard the IG saying it today, I got very happy. The reason I got happy was that Bouaka was not appointing officials knowing that he know other than character. And he know what he can do. No, not at all. He's not a magician to know those who he appointed that character. No, even if those who Bouaka appointed their parents do not know them until their action is seen by the public. And for the fact that the police inspector general that is appointed by Bouaka will say or will be given a mantle by the justice minister and telling him to go and say that even people in our government are linked to the drug and we are investigating them. If there are culpable reasons, we will prosecute them. It means the government is serious. When I heard it, that was the happiness, that the government is serious, that the government is leaving no stone untouched. Even your own child will be prosecuted.
Thank you.
So that's what it means today. That's what it means. It means that the government is very serious. And I just listed names of people. Who are the babies of this government that are today being investigated and charged in the court. And to say that was a good thing. It even serves as a deterrent. It even serves as a deterrent to those who are in the corner that have been caught.
All right, Chief. Thank you. Your time. Well, let's see where the state actor will say on this there. But thank you though. You are very passionate about this thing. Before state actor, I want you to answer this. Why you give your point there. You work for this government and you are a big proponent of this government. What's your say on the first group of people that were involved with this the $19 million one, right? When they came up first, we never heard that name. It took a long time before they brought that name to public. And they were saying it was because of security reason. I think 5 of them left the country. Only 1 person came back from the US there. In addition to that, you can also add the same question I asked Ato. What's your take on the fact that this terrible drugs thing, really, really bad, that has the propensity to spoil our image to the international community, now being linked to several officials of this government?
So CEO, it is simple. This is the first government before they are sent to power. The president, the vice president, most of the legislature, government officials did a drug test. That exemplifies that this government have come to fight drugs. And more besides, for the government to even expose people within top security position that they are part of the drug issue, it shows that there will be no stone left untouched. And again, we will not run with the drug issue. Somebody say, oh, because the government official need me, they put up for the no. There is a serious cartel that did not start in the last 2 years, did not start in the last 3 years. There's been a cartel in this country since 2022. It started. To get rid of this cartel, there should be a proper investigation. There should be some name hard for security reasons. Because any attempt, you caught those carrier, you caught this implementer, and you didn't catch the person that is responsible for this, it means the security will fall nowhere. Now what happened to the 100 million drugs case? They carry people to court today, people walk free, they pass through Sierra Leone, they even took that money and give it back to them. So when the security apparatus said that we will not give Nina, because based upon the investigation, we will not give Nina, they were right. You see what happened to the Rossville issue? You see what happened to the VOA issue? Because based upon the 90 million drugs, security did not rush to get Nina. So we were able to catch a lot of people, especially the cartel. Let me applaud the government for that. But again, like I said from the onset, CEO, the drug issue should be done holistically. Let's forget about the politics. Tell your politics say government bureau. Tell your politics say the heritage project. Tell your politics. But when it comes to the drug issue, it is a serious issue in this country that the young people who should serve as the future leader are being affected. Like one today, the American embassy, the last time they commend the government, they say thanks the government because the government is doing everything to tackle the drugs issue. So my few friends who feel that because they didn't call Joseph Bagani or they didn't call Jeremiah Kuni, because they didn't call the speaker, they didn't call the president, the government working, let them stop doing this. Today the police commission director said that We will make sure that everybody that within the George Cartier issue will be arrested. He didn't just stop there. He need people in the George, government official or present people that work in government and past people that work in government. This have shown that Joseph Human Boaka is willing to fight the George issues in the country. So, journalists who feel that it will affect one of these ways, we expect them to join, but not to set on the air and raise speculations. As a journalist, we agree that you should speak on issue. But when you speak to be an independent person, you must speak with facts. You can't in media. You said John was arrested to Rossville. He was arrested to one big person in the government. When I call the person in, it made the whole government was shake. Then they asked him for the person, you can't get the person. That was somebody joking. They said, I think we need to get a judge case to René CA elect to do the investigation. Send the guy all the point in. And CEO, they judge issue, René CA said 140. My junior brother, Junior, said the 140 judge issue. They get knee on asleep. When they get able to get a knee to us, knee machine, I fought for the government. I fought for the government, and one of my issues that I fought for was just. Because when I saw people in campaign 2023 say, we want kush, we want kush, we want kush. So I will not sit here. Even if it called me to lose my job, if it called me to lose my job because I speak about just issue, let me lose it. And thank God that the president that I voted for have no issue about fighting the judge. There's somebody say on radio, say, Boaka that Cartier. Boaka don't even know judge. People that put joy from Boaka, he know it. If you put joy, say that joy, he know it. For someone to speak like that, and even his son have come on the media and say, yes, it is true that I'm a friend of the guy, but I don't know your character. I thought it's my best friend on the whole thing. I thought it's my best friend. I thought myself has some personal information that I know about him. But are you telling me that I know about Ato activity 12 o'clock in the night that I can be with him? Are you telling me I know about
Also, let me also ask you this. Let me also ask you this. Will you not be concerned as a friend to Ato that maybe you are friends with everyone who are involved with some kind of thing? You and Ato been friends for a couple of years now. You want to tell me that even one day at a time, you will not know say Ato is involved with anything that he's doing, and you think that Ato is your friend?
John brother, Ato is my friend. Ato will show me the good side, especially when I just see that I will not encourage any bad thing. Just get a right to spend for the next 15 years to have a bad side for me. Because I thought myself would chill from 8 o'clock all the way to 12, 1, 2. 3 o'clock, I say, I agree to my family. Between that 3 o'clock, now I can do anything. So when you catch Ato, the only way you implicate me Ato issue, if I stay, I say, a lie, can't help it. I come in. The Jojo Boaka said, in how much I know this person, in how much I know the person, let the Lord take a course. I know him, yes, he's my friend, but I don't know when he can do that. If it's proving that, let the Lord take a course. And then will be my own position with Ato.
Are you aware that Jojo resigned from government when his father took over as president?
But Jojo, when he government when his father became president?
Jojo was working at the port. Jojo was working at the port.
Don't mess with that. The only person working government that was Tantan. Tantan working on NASCO. Jojo was working with not working the port. He was working with Maritime.
Okay,
when Mr. Weah took over, when Mr. Weah see, okay, let me say open because I know you're opening. When President Open took over.
When you say that, somebody call President Boaka different name. Don't be offended.
No, that one I need. Open. I want to need.
Okay.
You call Boaka Numa, he will accept it. It's one I need. And Mr. George Open Weah. So the former president Open, when President Open took power, and the Joseph Boaka Jr. resigned, and he went in a common life. And up to present, he got nothing to do with government. So
now let me ask you. Let me ask you this question.
Don't do that.
I beg you, see you. Let me ask this question. If Jojo has nothing to do with government, have you asked yourself why he went to France to meet the France ambassador with the Minister of Youth and Sport?
Thank you very much. Jojo had nothing to do with government. Jojo friend had invited him to go meet a panel, a government panel that would, because Jojo had nothing to do with government, it means Jojo not support a federal government. So what Jojo did as a independent person, he said the person that responsible for sport. Let me call there, I can say name, I say you know me well. Jojo called Corona Crow and they went to Madrid. And besides, because the ambassador, Tico Yolo, who is the ambassador for that entire place, he was invited. So it was Jojo, it was Corina, it was Tico Yoli, the ambassador. They went and had a meeting. After that, Jojo left. So because Jojo know the person invited Jojo through his connection with a friend, he invited the reconciliation authority. That was the right thing to do. It was the very right thing to do. Jojo did not go down the individual center. He called the people that attached with that, and which was the minister, one of our funniest daughter from Nima, Corona Crow, who had brought love to the youth and sport. She was on that meeting. And one of our funniest son, Tico Tozo Yode, ambassador, was part of that meeting. And Joe sat in the meeting. They had a discussion, and the discussion was very fruitful. And Joe left. And Joe left. You're welcome. So to end, CEO to end, everyone here should be very happy. And popping the government back, employing the government to say that government is doing work. We never heard this thing before. Even during Manasanita, we didn't hear that a job bust, that they arrested people, and today government bringing up. So I expect for everyone here to employ the government for the work they have done, and to tell the president, thank you very much, that he has the political will to see how best we can tackle the Josh issue. And today, the Liberian government is proud of that. The citizens are proud of that. And we will make sure we'll go to the bottom. Even if it costs us to be someone in the executive mansion, we'll expose it, and this government will tackle Josh. Thank you very much, CEO.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Chief. You know, a man wanted to make it with both of your interview. I think we'll have to invite you.
No, not my job.
We got other people here that took their time and they want to. But again, welcome. Thank you so much for your answer. We will go to Legend, and then from Legend, and we'll go to CIWT before for that. But Legend, you found the show, man. That's your area. You know what we're discussing here.
Right.
And I think it's the drug thing. I don't know what's your take on that. I'm not going to follow you on that, so I want to know.
I have a lot to say about it. So firstly, here's the thing. We like some of us, we use our voices on major platforms prior to this government coming to power because we wanted change. We wanted something different from what the CDC government was doing. So we opted for an octogenarian, older statesman who knows the ropes, who wanted an opportunity to serve, and that's why we supported President Bouaka. So the job of President Bouaka is simple, and this government is simple. Just outdo and outperform the previous government of former President Weah. And the government is in the right direction, but at some point in time, it gets a little frustrating when things are going at a slow pace. But you have to remember, you and I, Alvin, we live in the United States. I don't know where the rest of the guys are, but you know there are cases in this country that have persisted for years and years, and in the end, they found resolution to it. We're not saying all the drug cases should be prolonged, but I think it is wise that the government investigate the cases and do it appropriately, like one of the government mouthpiece, Alfonso said correctly. They want to do it the right way so that it don't go down like people forget what happened in the past CDC government. We are speaking of $100 million drug case that went out the window, and that case was winnable. If anybody who you talk to then and who followed that case, the government who have won that case, and those guys who have been incarcerated in the government in Liberia who have benefited from that, but those guys, they were all acquitted from that case, and those guys left the country and was scot-free. So I think it is best to do it the right way and find a resolution than to just do it haphazardly and then you no result from it. So I think the government is doing its best. We saw today they burned some of the drugs. I don't know if everything will burn, but I think the government is taking the right steps. I think the government should persist on doing the right thing and do better than the past government. All Liberian people want is pretty simple. Like we all know here, we are very easy to please. Just do the right thing by the citizenry, the downtrodden masses, and the people will give you the support. And leave the rest to them for 2029, because I see people talking about where the government do X, Y, Z, come 2029, it may not persist, but leave that part. Focus on the task at hand. All of you who are able lieutenant of this president, serve your office well, serve your Liberian people well, and posterity will judge you. That's my take on that.
Thank you. You see, that was straightforward, and we appreciate you for that take. You know, Legend. One thing that some people overlook. I think Alfonso made mention of that. Ato and all the other guys. This is not politics. This is serious business. This is drugs. We're talking about cocaine, and we also talk about meth, and we're talking about almost $500 million worth of drugs. Things that has the propensity to mess up our reputation around the world. I was saying something last time. You and I are in this country with other guys. When you go somewhere and ask you, Legend, where you from? You say Liberia. The first thing they'll say, you said Nigeria, right. And then you have to clarify and say Liberia. There's a reason behind that, and I don't think Liberians will want to be put in that same category. But Sarah, over to you. Your take on this drug topic, and then we'll go to DK, and then Gina can take it from there.
Well, thank you, CEO, and good evening to Mr. Ogbe, a legend. I mean, it's a pleasure to be on the platform in Koto as well, and to DK, Akara's great friend, who usually tells him he's always in car. So, I mean, we are happy to be back. You know, CEO, the issue with the drugs in Liberia, I think it's actually frustrating. And no human being under the sun will even want to justify about what is happening. You know, when the president said a few weeks ago, you know, what has not happened before will happen. These are some of these things you were trying to say, because if you look at the exit of people from this government, ranging from corruption cases, suspending people, and all of that, I think it clearly shows how President Bouaka is determined, you know, to handle most of these situations in the country. Like Eton said, I mean, the government is doing well on most of these cases and other governance issues. But, you know, when it comes to drugs, it kind of these things, these are common, you know, like Liberia, you see, sometimes the normal drugs people know that people started with, you know, you say the grass, you say, you know, the other things. But right now we are discussing hardcore and, you know, drugs, insurgent of drugs in the country. So the government is making strides. My only thing, like I said last night, there are certain people that need to stay away from the investigation. Because if you look at the entire police, for me personally, I got a problem with them. Because you look at 106, you look at the patrolmen. I mean, why will people who should even be ahead, who should do investigation, people who should be credible, are caught into the web? It's unfortunate. So the investigation, I think, when it reach a certain point, there should be people that should be laid aside. Like I made my position today. The police RG went to the platform. Why it is true? Because what is happening is a pressure from everywhere. My disappointment with other media institutions, like Koto said, if the police RG were being, you know, sensible enough, it were name other, you know, journalists or other media institutions to say you have to stop this. You have all authority, but when you make position about the entire, you know, media, because you talk about a cartel, then it should go back to you, because you even your officers, senior officers, are being implicated into this just matter. So it should go back to you, that even you that are speaking, they should also be accusing you because you recommended these guys. That's why sometimes when you come to the public space, the information you disseminate to the public, because the issue of these drugs, when they are speaking, everyone listening to know the message that is coming from the head, quote unquote, the joint security. Because right now the DEA is not speaking, it is the police that is speaking, because quote unquote you've been designated. So if you come to speak and then you just made a blanket statement, I feel that it's unfortunate. But truth be told, they are trying the best, but at times I think the pressure from the public is making him to come out the way he's coming out, and he needs to work on himself in terms of approach to the public and even the media. You cannot take fight unnecessarily with the media. You cannot do that, because when you do that, it present the public. I think a few years ago, before I conclude, it was René Sier, when President Salif went to I know it was a UN function or one of the international community function. And at that time, René was in jail. When President Salif landed at that ceremony, before she spoke, everybody had issue. Oh, is this the president who arrested and incarcerated a journalist? It was everywhere. So sometimes some of these things, when we say it, is not to bar mouth or present the government in other way, but it's people who are in authority to take caution, because all of what is happening now, all of the good news that the police gave today, the only thing that is being carried out was the statement he made about the media. And like the Wogbe said, one of the things that can really get me happy is that strange thing is happening, because from what I know, in 2022, like the drugs that were arrested in 2022, we don't know today, for the record, I stand to be corrected, whether they burn the drugs or how it ended today. We don't know the record. But this government, at least we can listen that they are burning drugs this place. They are doing this one. So when it reaches to that point, people who are in authority need to be a little reserved on how they present issues, because it's a delicate situation that requires every one of us. But on the overall, the government is doing the best. I think the RG needs to be a little slower. And again, the RG need to be careful. For me, I still hold on my position. I should step aside from this investigation, because all of these people that are implicated, he's the one that recommended all of them. So even if I'm not a criminal investigator, but my recommendation from a little sense, it tells me that even he that is speaking, he's speaking too much out of emotion. It should not be. Because even from your own backyard, there are people. You cannot have your 106, you cannot have patrolmen, you cannot have these people implicated. Then you want to come back at people who, quote unquote, you say they are implicating you. So that's what I have to say.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. The IG is doing his thing. I personally, I think it's hard to really tell, but we will wait and see and see how things go. I personally think that he's a little emotional when it comes to addressing some issues. When you pay attention to him keenly at the police station, the police headquarters, and other places, when he's speaking to the media, you can sense that cockiness in him, and I don't think that's how public servants should be addressing the fourth estate, the media practice. Oh, so we see when the CDC Tabata ambassador has come on here. You just joined. He's a message keen to respond to Koto. I don't know Koto, you can respond to, or you can to address the topic on the discussion. Again, I want to say welcome to our followers. We're having really a lot of followers tonight, a lot of engagement. People are following. So,
see, I want to show you may get more followers, because I want to show you.
Look at you. We got followers here. But DK, over to you. What's your take on this whole thing? I know many of you ran away from Facebook, but it's okay. I've been here providing information to you and helping you, giving you info as to what's happening on Facebook. What's your take on the topic under discussion? If you need little info, I'm happy to lay a premise for you.
Yeah, because I just joined, so I don't want to. When I got here, I was listening to the state actors, and the only thing I was hearing was Jojo Barker and Paulina. So I don't want to just join discussion. I'm lost, because I thought we were looking to fire back.
Yeah, let me help you out there. So today they burn the $19 million drugs, and then the 314 or 17, whatever the amount is, they burned it today. They also had a press conference where the IG accused some media professional or media entity of taking bribe from the drug cartel to be able to sway this whole investigation. He talked about that. And he also mentioned that there are senior government officials in this government who are tied to this whole drug cartel deal. So that those are things that need to be discussed. But let me help you out here. The president's son, Jojo, wrote letter to the Liberian people, distancing himself from everything. The beginning of the letter, he started by saying that when his father took over, he decided to step away from government because he never wanted to do anything with government. All right. So if you go through the same letter, you will notice that there's a contradiction from my end, and I stand to be corrected, where he was approached by some other investor through a friend from the US, and then they went to Spain to go negotiate, talk about business stuff that had to do with, other sporting activities. Because he's not in the government, that's why he decided to take the youth and sport minister with him. And then they went to Spain, they had their meeting. And then they met with the Real Madrid Foundation or something. So my thing is, if you are not in the government, what are you doing representing the government at that stage? One. And also, why you're meeting with people that have tinted character, someone like that guy, the Ibrahima Toure guy, who is, in Miami, allegedly involved with the cartel. His name was called in the video. Why is the president's son, who's the first family, someone that's going to be protected, someone that has, before you meet first family member in other countries, you have to go through a lot of security. So why is he so exposed? Why is he so out there meeting with all these people that are allegedly involved in this thing? So that's something that you may want to add to your one or two things. That's just my take on that. You can respond to all the things that I thought. Whichever you want to respond to is up to you. I just give you free information that you have to pay me. DK, you hear me? You see, the mayor was my time.
Digo mute.
Yeah. No, you see,
DK is freeze. It's frozen.
So, CDC ambassador, Tabata ambassador.
When you begin sedition,
2 minutes.
Where you
go? Hold on 1 second. 1 second. Are you in Philadelphia for the convention?
On my way now. I'll be there tonight. I just from work. I'm going to the airport.
You on your way to the airport?
Yeah, I'll be there tonight. But
your Senator speaking. How are you going to do that?
Don't worry about it.
What's your which convention is that?
CDC. Go ahead, Chief.
Yeah, thank you. See what I've been sedition. You don't know. We'll get that from tonight. I've been sedition for years now, over 10 years. So people knows about it. But I see. Thank you for the discussion. I put up before my Facebook page about the police RG, and people think that we have issue with the police RG. No, we don't have issue with it. It just when it comes to administrative procedures and also the security sector, he's not fit. I mean, just broad ball. See why he did to the media, and some people here want to back it. It's still been made to the people, government officials here want to back it. Do you know when it comes to media the way they carry? Do we know that? You may just come and lose thought, lose statement today. You security person, you RG for police, and you think that any other media person are involved into the process. Why you can't invite me to the station? Why you the police can't invite me? But you mean lose statement to the people you want to support, government feel support it? You want to tell like going to Kigali and us no, because when you're attacking the media now, I see trouble coming. And which son of don't bow down to? It's wrong. And I think the police RG behave like say what they say. They particularly leave the process. Then neutral will take over and do investigation because how will somebody have been named in the process the bear brought to the police RG? And you think the police RG not involved in the process? You cannot convince me on it. Because the person have been named for the position there is the bear brought to the RG.
I'm a first time see you and see how they agree.
So, yeah, because the president is not that thing CEO.
The men
how would the person that been named for the central is a bear brought to the police RG? You out to the police RG house. The police RG to me call me uncle. They see all the police RG involved into the process. You can't convince us on it. The RG is a suspect of the process, and we need to call in the government for police RG to leave the process to be investigated. The joint issue is that about unit party or CDC. This is what damage don't feel Liberia. I said last night, my niece have been getting back to the process, and we're strong against it. I hear my dear friend, I found out talking about 2022. Why you have a drug team? Why you have shit bleeding around here? That drug, what we have on the hand? If you think that there are drug issues that since you couldn't prosecute those people, you government not in power. You can revisit the case. That's a law. That's a legal procedure.
Thank you.
You can revisit the case and reopen the case. But you can't come on the show and be shipping bleeding. Why two guys here on the ring and the so protesting for drug issue?
Thank you, Chief.
I also control now to organize protest now on the drug issue because he was one participant on the drug issue in Liberia protesting.
Thank you. Thank you.
Because you want the one area protecting your joy is fair not to protest.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you,
no.
Chris. Good luck to the man going contest. I know what kind
contest for what?
Which position will contest for?
Let me just say the administration for CDC USA.
Please say the information we have to get promotion. Whatever.
The convention over. Whatever going on, the convention over.
Convention over where? You know what? When you start.
I mean, the profit choosing who they want. What else?
Man, I give you free promotion so we can go to the next person.
You can go beyond any vote. When people leave from the other platform.
Okay, you don't ready yet. Thank you so much. Welcome to the show, Brother Cyrus. I know you're joining. We have a packed house here tonight, and man, I want to get a free promotion. He there talking about that. So 1 minute, I said, where your team, where you contesting for, so that people can follow. You got a lot of CDC following, man.
Thank you. I'm contesting as Deputy Secretary for Administration for CDC USA, and we are going to Philadelphia to get the victory. I've never gone to any election, lost election before in my life. Always victory in the process. DK know my record, and we will be victory in the process. CEO tomorrow. I can show you CEO tomorrow. By this time, Saturday, Facebook load the result, and I'm going to be victory in the process because I'm a Comeric who have never lost election in my lifetime. Thank you.
Thank you. Traditional veterans. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. You know, Cyrus, before you give your take there, Legend, I just saw news here that the U.S. passport now coming up will have our President Trump picture inside it. So, all of you don't get passport, you get a passport, you got to get a Trump passport, and you go to your
So fortunately, we do have ours. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna be carrying it for update, or they just gonna continue.
You keep it when you go to when you expire now, then you get a Trump passport.
Got it. Oh Lord.
But Cyrus, welcome to the show. We've been following. I know you've been following. We're discussing the drugs topic. Everyone has completed that round. DK stuff is still spinning over there. So we'll go to you. Your take on the drugs topic, and then from there, Junior can take over. And we'll switch now to the former president George Manneh. We have speech today.
Well, thank you, CEO, and thank you to the fellow panelists. It's great to see all of you. I have been following the show in and out, but I'm glad that Alfonso is here. He's a grammarian. This guy who graduated with doctoral degree in English is here tonight, so he and myself can explain things to each other because his degree is not near here. I'm glad he's on the show. It's good to see you guys. So let's address some things here. I told you guys yesterday, this investigation is going nowhere. Some of the procedures that these guys are taking is just crazy. This is criminal investigation that I've ever seen in my lifetime, that the procedure is just wrong. How can you burn drugs that you're still investigating, then you go burn the drugs? These are evidence, and you're going to burn it before? I mean, what is wrong with these guys? It does not make sense to me. Maybe I attended a wrong criminal justice school. Maybe I didn't learn enough. But from what I'm seeing in this country, it's so discouraging. It's pathetic. As I seen the police IG, he spoke today, and I'm sitting here. I'm questioning myself. Is that a new Liberia that we're in? What kind of era is this in our country? It's a big mess in this country right now. But you see what is happening, those folks who think that because they are getting a little cent today, they are not thinking about the future of this country. What they want to put in their pocket today is what they care about. And yet, last night I told you people, what is destroying this country is love for money. Having the love for money in this country is crazy. Everyone, almost everyone wants to get ahead really fast in fast money. They're not thinking about what we can do as a country, how we can advance ourselves, how we can make Liberia a better place for everyone. Listen, a country can be a poor country once drug is not cooked with drugs. It's better, but the way we are proceeding in this country is concerning, and I can tell you for a fact that we are seeing some of these examples around the world. A country like Mexico, Colombia, you name it, South American countries, most of the countries are being cooked with drugs. Is it Liberia that we already won? When President Joseph Boakai ran, he ran on a platform that I think it resonated with the Liberian people. They saw him as a liberator. The same way George Weah Keenan and feared the country. When the youth of this country voted George Weah, they thought that George Weah was going to change the political dynamics of this country. And it was a total disaster. Manta spoke about it and they started going after Manta. You know, this country, when you speak the truth, they will go after you. Now, Boakai said he's coming to rescue. It's a disaster for this country at this point. Where are we heading to as a country? So I think that these people should take off their partisan gruff and just put it in their bags. The 2 cents that they are getting them, I want just for them to remember that those seats that they are occupying, other people have been there before. So they need to put Liberia first. Whatever that they're receiving now that goes into their pocket is what they care about. But they don't care about the future of this country and the generation yet to come. So I will stop there, and I can tell you the procedure in this investigation is totally is just different for me to understand. And sometimes, even today, I was looking at it, I couldn't understand what's going on in this country. But again, this is Liberia. That's the popular word they use. This is Liberia. Maybe Liberia is a crazy country that nothing is done good. I'll stop there.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Everybody has their take on the whole drugs issue. I personally have my take on it. I've spoken about it here over and over. I also question the way in which the drugs were burned today. But I guess this is their process of doing it. All the security experts say it's a legitimate process. But as a layman, I don't know why they will burn it like that real fast. But anyway, it has been great. We'll be back again on the same topic. The drugs thing is not going to go away. One of the things that I really like about this drugs topic is the fact that it has not been the regular Liberian topic, where 1 week after a few days, it dies and go away. And I want to give it up to the government for continuing to move it. And also thanks to the media. You know, I know people have questions. The question of Rodney CA and the other media folks that are pushing it. I also think because of them and Washington and other folks from outside of Liberia are the ones who are actually pushing it. If not so, I don't think we would have been where we are today, because take, for example, the $19 million drugs. We never had anything until people started really pushing it from the back. You know, interestingly too, almost 6 months, 3 or 4 months now, LDA, I thought you were here last night when I asked why LDA stopped going live on their page. It was today, the first time in a long time, that they went live from that page when it comes to drug stuff. But anyway, that has been a great topic. We'll come back.
So let me just make a quick point. To Sam. Sam, how you doing? And Sam, in criminal investigation, the FOC, you will not carry the chalk of justice to the court. And I know you say you did criminal justice. And thank God you say, I don't know whether or not criminal justice is the best one you did. For you to sit there and think that the prosecutor will carry the entire job, the chalk to court. No, absolutely no. The police or the government have an FOC, and the FOC will be taken to the court. You cannot keep the quantity of jobs in the country. The police already got an FOC, but the investigation and by the prosecution mandate, the people get an FOC. Even if they carry everything to the court, like I said, they will not carry that truck they carry today. They will not carry that truck to the court. They could not get space for it. So the people are far-sighted, the people are intelligent, they understand investigation, and there will be proof in the court that yes, here is the evidence we got. And they even talk money on a see investigation. The money are with the police. They will not bring the money to the only thing they bring today, they bring some of the judges and they get evidence of the judge that will take the court when the investigation starts. Thank you for just trying to make that point.
But 15 seconds here. So the FOC is money is included. Why they can't burn the money? Because of drugs money. Why they can't burn it?
They will not burn the money. They burn America. I know what are you for America? They get an account for all drugs money that can be kept in the account. They can burn the money. In America, they can burn the drugs. In America, they can burn the money. They can burn the money because they get an account to keep the money. Why you want to spoil the country money?
So
you criminal justice.
You use the word FOC. I don't know. You know what you're talking about. So this is the thing. In any investigation, you have discovered whatever you have discovered from this, or whatever you arrested from this cartels. You have to, take hold of those stuff until when the investigation is completed. These folks are not even, they just charged them. They are not even go to court yet. So you just win and burn the thing why you think it's an evidence. Not sure are we that can I finish?
Let man land. No, let him land. You know after he land.
How it's just pathetic. It's just pathetic. Maybe it's Liberia. We do something outside down, and then we want to defend something that we are done out of order. We everything in Liberia is a black thing. I said it last night. Even to build road here, they will just do such and that thing, and then the supporter of the government will say, "Oh, it's the best road ever." And one of these things that you're saying here, my brother.
Thank you.
You want to compare what's happening in America with what Liberia is doing? Are you kidding me?
Thank you, Sarah.
So,
no.
Let me tell you, saying up in the case, the poor have gone to court. Yeah, when you see the poor to surgery today. So saying for in the case, and before the case, we're not speaking.
DK, you got meeting to talk now because we want to move on to the next topic.
Yeah. Is everything okay with me now? You hearing me?
Yeah, I don't know what part of America. Yeah, you're never looking there. Someone that in Yale. Yeah.
But you hearing me now?
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Alvin, when it comes to the jobs issue, because some of us have family who this jobs thing is impacting directly, so sometimes it becomes emotional to us. And when people are playing politics with that, it's sad. When President Baraka took over, I think the first 10 days after taking over, he demanded that all his officials should take drugs tests. And he was the first person, followed by his vice president, setting an example and waging the war on drugs. Down the line, that particular pledge to fight that drugs issue has died perpetually. Now to the issue of his son. And thankfully, I'm now on Facebook to see all the defense and counter defense to what happening. Hey, most great leaders fall because of their children and the role their children play. And so I'm not accusing him directly, but most great leaders around the world, Charles Taylor's son, Chucky Taylor was one of Charles Taylor's biggest problems. Erling's son, Robert Selly, was one of Eddie's biggest problems. And so the only person I didn't see his children directly involved with everything around him during his tenure was President Weah. And so when a child of the president name is in something like this, is scary. And one of the things I want to say to people who are defending is the justice is not about Liberia. There will come a time that holding Liberian passport will become problem for most Liberians. That that Liberian passport that you will be in line like at TSA and everybody going through, you show your passport and they take you from the line. That have places like Haiti, Jamaica, and all those places around the world that have issue with drugs, that how their citizens have been treated. And so when people defending, when they know the thing is impacting the country, it becomes problem. I'm not accusing anybody. I'm not saying people should not defend, because if you're in government and you feel, oh yes, I'm part of the defense association, why would I come because I'm part of the government, I will defend, which is good, which they pay you for that. But we need to be careful as a country. Before, when we're passing with our passport, somebody was making reference to Nigeria. Nigeria, when you doing international security, financial crimes, cyber security, they will tell you first thing, the Nigeria Guard. The Nigeria Guard they're talking about is the people who do this. So in international crime, they will tell you, oh yeah, we're studying the Nigeria Guard. We need to pray so that they will not study the Liberian Guard. So that all I can say, I know.
Thank you.
So Reddit is close, very close to me. And so I pray that the government can handle it properly. That's all I can say.
Thank you so much. Welcome to the show, Vel Matheson David, who has been away for a long time. But we got to move on to the next topic.
CEO, 1 minute. CEO, 1 minute. CEO, 1 second. 1 second. Hello, you get me?
Yeah. Wait a second. We got to move on to the next topic.
Yeah. My second is that in as much that we are concerned about the drug issue and we want to get done right away, there was not also sweep under the carpet our judicial system. Our judicial systems are very clear. What happened today with the brain of the drug that Alfonso Reggae said and Sarah mistakenly talk about it is that branding Sarah that you saw today, it was a clemency given by the court. Go read the document. It's in the document. That order was given by the court, and the court gave an order with directive that the drug must be brand, but the photo disc and 10% of the quantity and all of the document that led to the weighing of the total quantity the drug should be producing court. So it was done by the court. It was done in accordance with our law.
Thank you.
So to say you understand that it's not part of our judicial system.
Thank you. Don't mind.
So it is the court. It is the court that gave the order.
Thank you.
Yeah, just 10 seconds.
But the same code we're here.
In accordance with what Alfonso said, I wholeheartedly agree. Drugs get burned all around the world as long as they deem it necessary by the discretion of the court. If the case is adjudicated, the drugs get burned. As far as the cash, like the Alfonso rightly said, they go to different places. But I don't think you should be faulting the government because they made the decision and they implemented what they were told to do.
But what we want to do with the drugs, in fact? Why we want to have it deposited?
I think I agree with Sam. In law, there is something called presume. Sam, let me back you real quick. In law, there is something called presume innocent until proven guilty. So if you arrest these people, you charge them with illegal possession of drug, illegal possession of firearm. You not judge them and you brand the drugs. What if tomorrow they prove that these drugs were obtained legally and they were transporting it
for a legal or a medical purpose.
Drugs
Why would
is
they-
why you say
Joe, what kind of law is that? What kind of law you quoting so?
Joe,
you remember what's the
Yes,
provision?
They said these are not substance. They said these are substance. They said it's something. Where they can use cocaine as for medical purpose.
You are not a
Where they
medical
can use cocaine for medical purpose.
You are
What
not
kind
a
of
medical
argument is that?
practitioner. You are not a medical practitioner, so you will not know whether
No,
they
but
use
Joe,
cocaine
you
for
go-
medical
Joe,
purpose.
they don't use cocaine anywhere for medical purpose.
All right, thank you,
But
guys.
DJ, what credentials do you have to say they don't use cocaine? You are
No,
saying-
don't do that, Joe.
Thank you.
No, TJ, you see-
They don't use cocaine for any medical purpose.
All right, guys, hold on.
What's your medical background, DJ? What's your medical background?
Thank you. Let's
But Joe,
move on.
you question the code. For you
Mama
to question the code, I'm disappointed.
Mama
You question
Mama
the code.
No, the code was meant to
Yeah,
be
hold on.
transparent.
I'm
listening.
100 million drug disappear. I mean, people were released in this country. Why think people can question the judgment or the decision
No,
of
the
the court?
case was ruled.
No, it was the code. It was the code rule. It was the Sarah. It was the code rule.
The judge cannot make mistake.
The
The
guy-
judge
No.
cannot make mistake.
You're just coming from out. You can't go to Wendy.
So
why
what
do
did
you
the
think
charge
the
sheet
judge
say?
cannot
What
make
did the charge sheet say? Arthur, what did the charge sheet say?
Yeah, I'm on the phone with George.
All right, guys. So
The
again,
charge sheet carry the quantity of drugs. It carry the photogens. It carry.
all right, thank
You
you.
never read the charge sheet. The charge sheet said illegal transportation of drugs, illegal possession of drugs. So these things
Yes.
have to be proven in court
Yes.
by the prosecution. My argument here now is that
But I'm telling you, say the court gave order. I'm telling you, say the court gave order. Why are you questioning the court?
no,
Wait,
if the court gave
what's the
order
evidence?
without
What's the-
this is
what's the
when
evidence?
all of us getting it different. And that means that because the
Look at
court
it.
do it means it's right. There is a principle in law say presume innocent until proven guilty. These guys have
But
proven guilty.
then go to Supreme Court. Then go to Supreme Court.
gave an
Look
order
at Supreme Court get the order. As Supreme Court
I said go to
Supreme Court
Supreme
get the
Court.
order.
I didn't say Supreme Court get order. I said go to Supreme Court.
All right, thank you.
Now we go to
Let's
Supreme Court.
let's try to make this discourse a good one. Welcome to the show, Mafasin. I was about to move on to the next topic there, but you came, man, that you are a veteran too. I got to pull veteran Mafasin in front of a name there to be able
Don't
to.
question the court.
But thank you so much. I know you've been following. You've been following.
Yeah, I've actually been following. And one thing that I will want to speak to quickly before you can move to the next topic is the way Liberia is heading, the way Liberians are behaving. We're dividing ourselves across political lines, and national issues become political issues. So the whole need for nationalism is being dissipated on the show, and people who trying to provide defense for some of the things that are happening. By this time, during the WIA's administration, we were busy plastering WIA for almost every negative thing in Liberia. Somebody died somewhere, they will put the body up. Everything that ever happened was plastered on WIA. When the 100 million drugs was being discovered and arrested by the government, we said it was WIA. It came from Jamaica Resource. But we've come to this time, especially the government that we supported, and drugs has become a topical issue. Knowing that drugs was one of the issues that, ousted the WIA's administration. We have thought by now there will be all austerity measures put in place so that some of the wrongs that we decry can be right, and Liberia gets on the path to prosperity and development. I listened to Siawete trying to praise government on governance issue, the president suspend. Suspension is not a deterrent because you suspend and there's no due process. You dismiss people for administrative reason, and the administrative reason not defined. I mean, we have set no precedent. So, I mean, we've made no difference. The only opportunity this administration has is we have a weak opposition, and because of their weakness, bulk of the issues today will outplay itself and will reset and reburn and move forward, like I said the other day. Because if you look at drugs, when Biago was appointed, we discussed this issue, and I said Biago is not going to succeed. Number one, the political will to fight drugs is not there. The second thing is we do not follow history. We are not people who made research. From the formulation of the TRC to the truth-telling process, one of the truth-telling guys in his revelation, especially in person of Joe Wallace, was bad. That Liberia has to put in measure because there are plans by the drug gangs to use Liberia as their transit point from Guinea-Bissau. And you need to put in people with the security expertise to be able to carve a way forward to prevent that. If not, there will be a drugs police director, there will be a drugs representative, drugs senator, drugs president, and Liberia will be a different place. Now, if you follow election hearing process in Liberia, especially in the poverty that is ranging across the country, there's no more exchange of ideas. Politics and governance has been monetized. So people will do anything just for the money because it is only the money that will get them catapulted into state power. It's so disheartening that a president who took drugs tax, which symbolizes his readiness for fight against drugs, his son denied the cartel from the inception. He has come to accept that he had meeting with them, even though details of the meeting still remains unknown. And with all of the public outcry, he had never been called for questioning. He sat in his comfort zone and wrote part of nonsense and published it as his response. That is a disservice to the people that elected us. We need to be very much proactive, especially if we are a government that has the interest of Liberia at heart, and to have people, and let me tell you, to have people who are Liberians, who should have the interest of Liberia at heart, defending based on political grounds and political reasoning, I think is sad. We need to put Liberia first. If Liberia has to change, it has to start with us. We should be a Liberian first before becoming a partisan. If we do that, I believe we will do better. So Jojo and all other people who are associated, and the DK said, I agree with DK. When you have your children to be half prepared and very greedy, it becomes a problem. At least we have had children playing football. They were never melting into our political activities. They were not seen as people who breaking deals for investor. And sadly, his deal is a drugs deal. I think it's about time that we call ourselves to order and try to reason together as people of Liberia to be able to build a Liberia that our children can be proud of. Well, no amount of money you alone can get, and you think you can live comfortably and be free in a country like Liberia that is raging with poverty, sicknesses, and bad health system. You wouldn't do anything. People who have got the money before, who corrupt.
Thank you. The man, it looks like the man is firing, and some of the UP men.
We can move.
Yeah,
we can move to the new topic. That's all I can say.
Thank you so much. You see, you made a lot of points there, and I'm pretty sure that it resonated well. I agree with you 100% on the president's son's activity and the meetings, involvement, the letter, all contradictory. I've not been able to wrap my head around it. But anyway, it's been great. So CDC had a convention today. They started a convention today. Can you guys hear me? Okay, they started a convention today. President George Manneh Weah, the former president of Liberia, pronounced today that he's going to be a candidate in 2029, and he's coming back. CDC is coming back, and he's going to go into it with his full chest and everything to that effect. I mean, you can agree, disagree, or all you want. Here's one thing that I want to register. I know all of us in here will agree to that. We'll all agree to that. President Weah is someone that you cannot overlook. George Manuel Weah is one of the most, if not the most, I will actually put it at the most popular Liberian to ever live thus far. He has the ability to bring people together. He has that following, right? So George Weah coming to a race, you cannot overlook that. He's going to get his vote. He's going to get his vote, and he's going to do what he can do all the time. So him announcing today that he's going to be candidate, because there was some speculation he was not going to go, he will go, he will not go, he will go, and now he just answered the question. Legend, I will start with you. I know we talked about this earlier today. George Weah was there before for 6 years. People have their take on his performance. And then now we have a new president who's also going to be there for 6 years by the time election comes by. So it's going to be two people that will be contesting, or other folks will be contesting. We'll have other parties, right? But the two major players will be contesting, running based on their records. And Liberians will have to look through their record sheet and decide President Barker or President Weah. What's your take on today's speech? I know you listened to it in detail. Right. You broke it down, and what's your take on that?
So, firstly, I come from a sports background, so I'm very passionate when I speak about the former President George Weah. And you are right. Soccer, as we call it in our own way, football is the world's most played sports, and to be the only person to date from your continent to win a world best, which is the highest single accolade in football. George Weah did so in 1995. He remains the most popular Liberian ever. It's not even close. You can talk about the Ellen or whomever. None of them can be measured in every sphere of this globe like George Weah. And people somewhere will say, yes, I remember who that person is. So he's an exempted person, period. But in terms of presidency, I kind of like sit far from his own era. And it's true, my brother Alvin, you're so right. He has a huge base. CDC and they have a huge base, same as the Unity Party today. If Barker decides he's going to run, which I think he should not, even though I supported in the past election, by virtue of the fact of his age and all other factors, and we may not want to name today. I think if he has one chance, it should be one chance, and she should make room for another person to run on that ticket. But you know, politics in Africa plays different, and so CDC and UP remain the most formidable forces in all the Liberian politics because of their own base. And to come back to the former president, it's his inalienable right. You can take that from him. It's his right to want to become a president again. But then I ask myself, why would you want to place yourself in such a Herculean task, considering you were there for 6 years and you were opting for a second chance and the Liberian people rejected you at the polls, meaning they didn't see you fit to assume a second term, for which you were denied, you being the most popular person who single-handedly was gifted power for your first term, because you won overwhelmingly, I think around talking like 67% of the vote, 64% of the vote, but you won and you took power and they deny you your second.
And I want you to add this to your statement that you have all the time to answer that.
Right.
So you got to remember now, the defeated President Weah with less than 20,000 votes.
So true.
Okay.
Granted, but considering you can't negate the fact that you and I have already alluded that he's the most popular person and he was granted 6 years to serve, and the people thought it wise to take the state power from him because they saw a lot of lapses, things that they thought he would. Don't let's give an example. Forget the most important thing like healthcare and education, but how we are excel in sports, his own area, his discipline. I think the people who are saying, listen, he's doing well in this particular area, but other than road connectivity, I think he failed, in my estimation, he failed in every capacity. Now, the reason why I don't think, even though like I acknowledge is his inalienable right to run again, I think he shouldn't want to come back to be a president because he's been pressured by his base, the CDC, and the people in the hierarchy of the CDC if you ask me. And he shouldn't want.
And I want you to climax on this here, if
Right.
you don't mind. Again,
Certainly.
I'm playing devil's advocate here tonight.
Certainly, I'm with you. And,
Yeah,
and the reason I don't want a return to state power by him. Look, you became Arthur Ashe winner. Not many people have achieved that award here in America, at least to say around the world. George, we are Arthur Ashe winner. George, we are 1995 World Best winner. George, we are UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador, where he represented Liberia all over the globe for United Nations Children's Fund. George, you won every accolade that could be won. African best, world best, Europe's best in 1 year, 1995. So you have nothing to prove to people to want to go back to state power. And it's a very, very tall task because history.
Legend, 1 second. Legend, did you listen to the speech? So he gave reasons why he wants to come back, right?
He recently at Jermaine, but at the same token, one thing that I brought up to you earlier in our conversation is the people that George Weah had behind him for his first 6 years. Is he coming back with those same people behind him who don't have the love for the country? Because if you come with people who have love for the country, who are willing to work diligently and work hard for the Liberian people, then we'll say, yes, you have a chance of succeeding, because our problem, age-old problem, a lot of problem. But if you come out with those same people who just come with it, man, say, look, we were there, people talk about now, we have a second chance to come back. We're just going to exploit the country. We're going to steal massively. You're just going to further tint your character. I think based on those reasons, if you cannot make adjustment with the people who you will be wanting to come back with for a second term, I think he shouldn't want to come back, because it will just further tint his character and will put him in a more predicament with the Liberian people who have massive love for him based on what he did for Liberia that not anyone can replicate if you ask me from a sports background. Thank you. I retire here.
Thank you so much. I think you made some salient point there, and he gave his reason, a reason for wanting to come back. He listed it. If you go through his speech there, you'll see it. I don't think it's impossible. It has happened even recently in this country. President Trump went there for 4 years, and the people came to boot him out, and and he came back because he felt that he left some stuff on the table and he wanted to complete. The American people gave him another chance, and he's doing what he's doing. So President Weah feels that things were undone. And I also think that the fact that just 20,000 vote difference, that's not a huge difference there. So if he feels that he wants to come back to be able to complete what he started, like you said, he has his right. But I also agree with you with the support system, the people around him, change of faces. Trump did the same thing. The people that went with him before, he made some changes and he came back to that. So as far as it being done, why he wants to come back, or if Liberian people give him a chance, it has happened before, even in Africa. And I think, Liberians will be the one to make that call. But great point, though. I got exactly where you're coming from, and we discussed that earlier today in details. So that's not a bad thing. I thought, man, you the UP man here tonight, so I know you have a take on this. President George Minor Weah say he's coming back. He said he's coming back with his full chest, 2029. So those of you who believe, the other way, you should save your energy and take it to the political battlefield. That where you guys will meet, and the people, the currency that y'all use, I think the currency he put is the way of the people or the people. What's your take on that, man? What do you think?
Okay, so thank you, CEO. So I sat quietly and I listened to your first comment towards our brother. The name again?
Legend. We said
Legend. Yeah, right. Your first comment towards Legend. You place George Weah popularity into context. That he's the greatest ever popular person that ever lived in our country. And if you intended placing that if you intended placing that popularity into a football popularity, then you think that I would sit here to argue you? No, I have no argument with George Weah football credential. I have no argument with football.
That was it. That was my point.
So good. But if his popularity is in the context of politics, then I got an argument. And here is my argument. No, I come and see you. Yes, you. And here is my argument here. In politics, when you are popular, the end result is to win election. Just we have a peer on the ballot. Since George retired from football, it's not making mistake. 2001 or 2002, say he retired from football and with his game, he came to politics. He have appeared on the ballot 4 times, 3 presidential candidates, 1 vice presidential candidate, which was Winston Tubman in 2011. George have never managed to have won 1. He have been whipped 3 times. So that kind of person cannot be the most popular legend that ever lived in our country politics. Not at all. But here is a real issue here today. I listen to former President Weah, and I also sat by myself and read the speech you posted in the chat room, whether you or JR, I think JR posted in the chat room. I read it very well. And my understanding, my little understanding about politics and leadership is that leadership is not only for you to make impact on the lives of people that you lead, but leadership is also intended for you to go back when there are some mistakes, for you to go back on the drawing board and correct your mistakes. Have CDC and the George as a political party done that for which you want to come back? I say no. The answer is no. As per what I listened to today, I said no. Why did I say no? President, we have said today, and I quote, that the country have been damaged. I may not be verbatim that he used the word damaged, but he said the country is poor. He said what we work for has poor. I cannot sit down and look at you guys alone fighting. Therefore, I'm coming back for us to face it. Are you kidding me? The president, we have faced something here that have been damaged by Bouaka that he coming back to face. It means that president, we have not gone back on the drawing board to see what were the mistakes he and the CDC made for.
What were some of the examples he gave? What were some of the examples he gave?
I come and see you. I don't want to go into the example. Let me go to my core of the issue. No, CEO. The man said, what will force have been sport? He didn't say for the sector to the sector. So I'm coming. And you keep dwelling on the one with 20,000 votes. CEO, that 20,000 votes that we won CDC with is not accredited to CDC as a governing party at the time. That 20,000 votes is accredited to us as an opposition. You know why? Because it is difficult in African politics as a ruling party to perform well in lose election. CDC could not have done that to UP in 2011 because we massively performed as a government. And therefore, we want CDC with the margin was very wide. You came as a governing party, we twisted your hand, we beat you. But here is the issue here. George Weah is not coming back. That statement today that speech was made out of arrogance. And they see arrogant that he has with your president. He's not coming back. Because he's not, why you know why he's not coming back? Because he's not coming back again for Silver Cell to sit down 3 more without taking pay. He's not coming back. He's not coming back because the American ambassador will not travel to Nima, Lofa, and Broncante, and London made national budget for hospitals is taken by Summit 12, and the hospitals are very poor, no generator, no common injection for the hospital. He's not coming back. You know why he's not coming back? He's not coming back because our social development funds, like I said, lot in our budget per law, as we go to various countries as we implemented, was used by here in Internal Affairs Minister. All the countries were very poor, superintendent compound, no ping, to ping all the buildings. He's not coming back. You know why he's not coming back? Because he made entrepreneurs about one fee. Like you will pay one fee. I mean, he have paid one fee, and students should go to that one free. Today, the was boss, and now when I say today, I mean only the regime.
All right.
And now.
All right. No. Hold on. No, we gotta be fair to the discourse now. We gotta be fair to the discourse. We can't allow you to name he's not coming back. He's not coming back. But I gave you an opportunity to answer to give. Oh my God. Hold on.
John, take over.
Yeah, listening.
So let's get after the opportunity to see if we can close up for us on this issue. Then we'll go to the next person.
So like I was saying, President Weah will not come back because he has not understood why he did wrong for which he was defeated. Because he will not come out because he put a hand in a 2 pocket and walked in the mud between Nima all the way to Swetu when the car when there was no road to enter Swetu. The people know that. You know what I'm saying? President Weah will not come back because the University of Labrador campus was used under the regime as a gangster paradise, where teachers were not taking pay. Protest for salary was the order of the day. He will not come back. He will not come back because he had not understood that when you were here as president, we stood in line for gasoline for more than 2 weeks. We could not buy gasoline. He will not come back. He had not understood that. He will not come back because we stood in line to buy rest. People were doing
Okay, Chi, you read his speech, you listened to it, you dissected his speech. What would give us 1 or 2 reasons that he said he wants to come back? The reason that he wants to come back, and see if you can disagree.
But CEO, the man said the man is not coming back. Why you want to bring him back?
I don't see your title. See your title is a different time. I'm not proud with that.
You know the funny thing? You know the funny thing? I tried to bring that thing in, but your niece, my daughter, just disturbed you. So every time I try to ask you, she disturbed and I have to get up. But try to wrap it up for us so we can go to the next person. Yeah, close up.
Yeah, so after before you wrap up, let me ask you something. Before you wrap up, you said the 20,000 vote that you guys won the CDC with is not accredited to them because they were a governing party.
No, that
correct? Am I correct?
Yeah, they were the governing party. We were the opposition. Yeah.
Yeah, they were a governing party. So I want to ask you, in 2017, you were the governing party. What was the election result?
So is the situation the difference?
No. We're talking about governing party here.
No, but get the man. Listen to the man answer.
No. Answer the question.
No, but you don't
answer the question. Don't tell the question.
No, you don't do that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the first thing is that prior to United Party going to the 2017 election, we have had a fair appreciation about the democracy. We went 2-10. Even the electoral have voting fatigue against us. We went 2-10. The CDC go 2-10 for we comparing. No, they never went 1-10. And we twisted.
What was the election result in 2017?
So the comparison with the 2017 and the 2023 election are not the same. That's what I'm saying here.
The election result in 2017, the vote margin was 274,606.
I didn't see election.
Now, if you would say these people were ruling and you beat them, you were ruling at that time and they came in and beat you 200,000 vote margin. You will not say we have appreciation.
And when you get there at the back of the man, after we are going 2-10, they keep beat up.
No, that's not the argument.
Thank you, Ato.
That's not the argument, Ato.
Thank you.
Anyways, that's it. See you. Let's go to the next person.
Thank you. The next. So we will go to Cyrus. Cyrus, I know you are patiently waiting to. I don't know. Cyrus is a free agent, so I don't know. I want to predict where he's going to lean, but I mean, a free agent, you can't. They hit the people government. You hit the opposition. So, President Weah, I know you spoke about him yesterday. You said you are not a fan of him.
Calasco said you call Cyrus.
So I think he's not calling. So let's see if the tune will change today.
Yeah, so let's listen to him.
So did you listen to the president's speech?
Thank you, Arthur. Thank you to those of you who are giving view about George Weah return to power. So, if I was the only Liberian here in Liberia, I will not consider George Weah. I will not consider Joseph Boakai. The only people I will consider in this country at this point is military government. And why?
Is it who?
Military government.
Military.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Military government will straighten this country. The country has been engulfed by drug dealers, people who are empowered in this country. Many of them, if I'm not mistaken, they are one way or the other connected to these drug dealers. So what can democracy within ratting circle politicians will do for us? They're not going to change nothing. These are ratting people who understood the way the governing system works in this country because they have to come and enrich themselves. What former President George Weah returned to power will do for Liberian people. It will not change anything. I thought laid it out quite well, and I say thank you to him. It does not make sense to me when you say I'm returning. It's not going to change anything. You know, his supporter then will say first of all, they make all he said shamefully and disgracefully, he called himself road data, something he said about road medicine in this country. You know, some of those things, can you imagine? See, let's be honest here. Invincible Park, I was there yesterday. The man built a little playground for kids. He invited from some government officials and footballers from Ivory Coast and other people, other places to come and be part of the ceremony. Shamefully and disgracefully. I stood by today. I mean, yesterday I looked at the place. I said, hey, my people, these people in our country, they are disgrace to this country. It's an honest truth.
Why? Because you think the Invisible Park is bad off or is
it's not bad off for a president of a country. This thing that's supposed to be done by city mayor were done by the president of this country, and shamefully. I mean, I saw this place. I said, but what is there to call people to come see it? So some of these things happening in this country, I don't call it love for country. I call it love for money. And to end this thing, see, military government would be good for this country now.
So that could be one,
No, I don't want cool, but military government.
No, you say that like, bro. Thank you, Chief. Thank you.
So, look at Joseph Boakai, who says he was coming to rescue this country. Look at his son put mess on Facebook. I didn't make contact with his people. I've been quiet throughout. And what quiet? You're doing some clandestine thing on the ground. You think criminal will come and say, "Oh, I'm a criminal. You can't arrest me." Of course, they will deny every wrongdoing until investigation take place. Nobody will come and say, I commit a crime. We know this. So people say AI. So the video, why the video didn't mention Ato Ubeni as an AI? Why the video did not mention Dao Dedoni as an AI? Why the video did not mention the other government officials in this country? Only Joseph Jojo Boakai, they mentioned as an AI. You see how
I don't think he denied it. I don't think he denies the AI. I think he said he even admitted to having contact with them. So he's not. They're not.
Oh, he admitted it.
Yeah. He admitted.
Okay. So we're not saying he admitted it now. We're on the road. So again, listen. This country, as a patriotic Liberian, I will not sit down here and say democracy will be good for this country now. Let's change things around. The country will be better. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah. So I think Mafasin mentioned that earlier today, and he did. Even talked about when the guy that reached out to him WhatsApp, the number was a Colombian number, and then he blocked it, and then he went to NSA, reported and all that stuff. But Charity, I know you got to go there. Over to you, your take on this, and then we'll go to Mafasin.
Thank you, CEO. Welcome, veteran.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm not really listening to former President Weah, but I think from the surface, I think he's talking about his reclaiming the presidency, if I understood that. When Junior asks about what led to the former president losing and why is he coming back and what led to United Party also losing similar minor, and we put it very rightly, and that's how I was going to answer that question if Junior were asked me. because the first thing is the Unity Party, but then they have gone 2-10, and obviously you will have a very growing opposition, coming after the ruling party. So if the Unity Party are going 110 and the CDC, went 110, then you can do that analysis. So it was also a fatigue, from election, and also the propaganda was huge. So under our law, I don't think there should be much of electoral results, because from our constitution, I think it's very clear. The electoral, I don't know the percent, is it 50+1? And it is simple majority. So even if the Bison want today 50 vote, I think what can happen is usually sometimes when it's a representative vote or other vote, people have right to go to NEC for recount. I think when it's either below or little above 50, something like
but
that.
But President Weah could have done that. He had a right to do it, so he had a right to go for recount.
Yeah, so what I'm saying here, CEO, 20,000 vote is not just a little vote. The first thing is that we want you to understand, that everyone need to understand here, is that the vote, the margin was 20,000, so to say.
17,000 plus.
Okay, even 17,000, simple majority. Because the Constitution says the person win, even one vote, the person will have won that election, because you need a winner for that election. So if a ruling party lost to opposition in that manner, it also shows to you that former President Weah lost the confidence of the Liberian people. Today, we saw that, like Mavasin said, there are other things this government is doing that we lash at the CDC. We lash at the CDC. The drugs, the issue of drugs. People, they make kush music and all of that. So all of these things play on President Weah. For example, you had the 25 million Mopo SSI, he said you give it a money changer. What President Weah is coming to show to the Liberian people, the issue of road. In our country, for the past years that I live in Liberia, where you see ambassador speaking on media as if he's a journalist, almost every month. So there were a lot of things, and that the country went through, and we are just trying to get healed from that. Is the current regime doing everything that is rosy? No. But what is President Weah bringing back to the table? Why is he bringing back? I don't want to say he's bringing new faces. I doubt it. Which faces? Is the same recycle. So who are the new faces, even if he's to come to power, if he's to come to government, to reclaim? So I feel that Liberians does not have that courage now to bring President Weah to power. President Weah was a calamity to our country. For me, his popularity is unmatched when it comes to football. Yes, I will not argue that. But when it comes to governance, I won't go for President Weah. And even if you put President Weah, Cummings, or which one of the politicians, I would prefer any of them, but not President Weah. We knew how the country was ran, how the country ran under the regime of CDC. So we cannot give such opportunity to President Weah, because one,
I will see you go to all of when you refer to the former president calamity. See you.
My man, calamity go real.
I come in.
I say administration.
Let him finish talking, and then you can come
in. Because when happens,
that's why you are voted out. How you understand calamity? That's why Liberian people voted out. So for me, CEO, I don't see any strange thing that even if the CDC, God forbid, even if they are elected, will be anything strange. But what I do know is President Weah is not coming back. His administration and his tenure, and even his election, the late Nelson Kwakwa used to say to close, he used to say you made story before history. So President Weah have made story, and he has also made history. Nelson Kwakwa used to say, I don't care how many years I live, whether you classify my administration as what, I have secured the flag. So President Weah has secured the flag for himself. So at least for that point, he had won everything in life. Ballon d'Or, that is the higher pick in football. He won it, became president. That's a good thing. But for me, what I do know, the Liberian people, from what they are seeing, from previous administration to today, they can judge. But I don't see President Weah coming back on a very fair note.
Thank you. CDCN will disagree with you. President George Minor Weah said he's coming back. He said you must save all your tactics that you meet at the political battlefront in Liberia there. But Veteran Mafasin, I don't even have to say much. You follow. You heard the topic. What's your take on today's speech?
Well, I think one of the things that can make leaders to be unpopular is arrogance. And the crafter of political science, for obvious reason, they call it science. But in Liberia, we often negate the science aspect of it, and we just follow the discussion point, which is very unhealthy. And for anyone in the right sense of mind to just sweep the popularity and the influence of George Weah, not to football, but to the body politics of Liberia of today, you also will be daydreaming. Like, I want to look at the issue of voter fatigue. We were defeated because there was voter fatigue. Then you should again remember that it is the same party after defeat that is coming back. So by extension, if you miss the mark, the fatigue will be more disastrous than you ever think. It is about time that we sit and look within and evaluate our own performance as a governing structure and know where we have fallen and then made the necessary corrections. If not, trust me, the Liberians voters are gullible. Out of frustration, deceived, they could usher in George Weah. Because the sad things that is happening in our country is that it's just the United Party and CDC. When you look across, there's no viable alternative that is in the picture that somebody can think about, that somebody can point to. And so when this administration becomes a frustration and disappointment to the Liberian people, of course, they will make the obvious change. Is it the right one? No. Personally, do I want George Weah to become president of Liberia again? No. But is our government delivering on the promise that we made? No. Even the arrest has arrested us. It's not arresting. And fundamentally, all of our campaign promises and our messages during campaign time is almost like a lie in the ears of the Liberian populace. Now, you can see a more Adi sitting down to say, your brother on a trust, we all share among people. Hey, man, that's a senior party leader and government official speaking. You think the Liberian people are not taking notes? If you see the president's song all over, you think the Liberian people are not taking notes? Besides George Weah, and if you talk about political popularity, Charles Taylor was one. That people did everything to welcome him. But because of misrule, the voters turned against him. And so we should reference history in a big way. Let's always talk about military rule. Yes, I think when the nation is failing, there got to be some unpopular decision that will rescue the nation. But in our Liberia today, where will you get a military man from to rule?
They got the army got 2,000.
No, forget about the numerical strength. Look at the process the army is being derived, especially the leadership. After Ellen, when George Weah took over, at least Quincy Johnson was not a sedition. He retired the Army Chief of Staff. And Quincy Johnson became the Army Chief of Staff. When Boaka took over, it was a different case. Because Boaka is from Lofa and he wanted a Foller from Lofa to be an Army Chief of Staff. They retired the Chief of Staff. They retired the Deputy Chief of Staff. So, of course, they have a plan. They knew what they were about to do, and so they were looking for security and protection across Iowa. And then tribes became a portion of the deciding factors in determining who becomes an Army Chief of Staff. I think we are failing as a party, and we should start pinpointing or finger pointing at the George Weah administration. Because when you said to compare this administration to George Weah administration, especially someone like me, who is a member of the Unity Party, who took the villages, who slept in places that I would, on a normal condition, not sleep in, drink water that I would normally not drink, just because we want to make the change. If I said to compare this administration to the George Weah administration and point at the wrong they do as a justification of our maize rule, then I should first of all ask myself, why was our party elected in the first place? The party was elected as a beacon of hope, as an agent of change. Because George Weah in 2005 and moving forward, everything about him, the propaganda and everything, was too heavy. He's not educated. He's not a political person. He got football popularity. Then come to ask yourself, why was he elected? Of all these characterizations, he was elected because the people did not see us as an option. And we over the cry that Liberians are making mistakes. George Weah went to watch a soccer match of his son. We overly make political issue out of it. But ministers put in sofa in their offices and they are there watching football game and chanting, make the whole public office an entertainment center. And the sad thing that is happening is we live in modern era. Things that you could have done years ago and work with impunity. If you do today, of course, you'll be captured on camera. And so after those of us who are from the Unity Party, we need to be sincere to ourselves. We need to sit on the table and look each other in our faces and tell each other the hard truth. It is about time we make a U-turn from the course that we on, from the path that we on. How can the president go take drug tests with his vice president? And we celebrated that as a move in the right direction. Better 2 years down the road, the entire security apparatus or apparatuses is writing to the core. You have top government officials who are connected to drug burst. And up to present, there has been no strong decisive statement coming from the president. The only thing the president will say is strange thing will happen. Of course, yes, we know. President children were not selling drugs today. US are selling drugs. It's strange. It's very strange.
Thank you.
And personally, I feel Boaka has lost the agility, and I will always say it frankly. My support to Unity Party in 2023, even though it's my party, but it was personally to Kun. Because I studied biology and chemistry. I know human beings. And I know the stages in human's life. Boaka is in his declining state. At that state, you are no more than a child. He doesn't have that reasoning ability again.
So what's your take on his
and my take is, thank God we have a young and vibrant vice president. For us to not just be waiting to have a replay of what happened in the U.S. in Liberia, we should begin rebranding who we need to rebrand, and we should start to look into government offices and tell people the truth. We should fire people and not just fire them and state their crimes and prosecute them, put people behind bars, confiscate their property that was still.
When you say rebranding, when you say rebranding, are you talking about preparing the VP for?
If I tell you, thank God we have a vibrant vice president. Until we wait to have a replay of the U.S. scenario, we should start to rebrand or to redirect our branding process. Then I'm clear on that.
Thank you. You know, man, I'm a media man.
I'm clear on that. I feel that Waka does not have the age, he does not have the thinking ability, he does not have the strength, he has nothing that one can depend on to deliver for the Liberia we want. I mean, we can't gamble with the future of our children. Liberia is the only country we have. Some of us have investment in the country that we need to protect, and we can't let it to gamble with it.
Thank you so much.
So that's my take. I thought Alfonso, all the Unity Party people, look, we have to be truthful, we have to be straightforward, we have to look at each other and bring our dirty clothes, smell it, wash it, clean it, then we can have a Unity Party of 2020. If not, as messy as George Weah is, without even a message or rebranding the CDC, the Liberian people will still gravitate towards him because we say he didn't have education, he was not prepared. But yes, still, those of us who claim to have all the preparation, all the sophistication, just from passport sale, we say he denigrated Liberia's image. But what more denigration can we talk about compared to the drug boss in Liberia?
Thank you. None of
I think we are denigrated Liberia's image more than.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Sarah, 1 second. Thank you so much. You know, great point. And I have to say I agree with you 100%, even though you didn't clear, because we got a lot of people following you.
I know you agree. You agree more than 100%. I know you agree more than 100%.
So, you know, remember, my person, we'll go to the other guys. I remember when the CDC was in power and then UP was, you know, in opposition. CDC used to do things where when you guys criticize that government, they will go on the internet, grab something from different country and say, you know, this so it should happen. So I think it's the replay, the same thing that's happening. But I want to say thanks to our followers.
Is that true? Is that true? See, I hope you'll get an example of that, but I know it's not true.
Man, you see, when you talk, you know,
it's not entirely true. It's not entirely true, but there are two.
You never give me a chance, but go ahead. I'll respond to that.
Okay, you respond to that.
We are never taking anything from any country and brought to the country and put us on Facebook. We are never done it.
You telling me, yeah?
Okay. Yeah, because any country officially that told Rule from Kenya. Photo and drawing Liberia, say the roof in Liberia.
No way.
That's not what I'm talking about. That's not what I said. That's not what I said. What I said when something happened wrong in Liberia, bad thing happened to the government, when people criticize, then they'll say, but it thing happened in other countries, so it can happen here. That's what I meant. I didn't say they were taking something. But anyway, it has been a great show.
See you, Guyan. I will give us more time.
I will give each person will get 3 to 5 minutes. You're closing.
Yeah, and when I'm talking, I don't want you to ask me questions. Let me talk. I finish. I have no questions.
You know what you do when you talking? Just make sure my daughter can't be disturbed every now. But it has been a great show. I want to say thanks to all of you for following, and you know, thanks so much for coming today, Mafasin. And Mafasin, I want you to welcome our brother. I know I put in the group chat there. He's the only non-Nimbayan that is among us, so we have to really take good care of him. You know.
Oh, legend.
Yeah, legend. As we continue.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry, brother. When I was speaking, at least I should have acknowledged you. Seriously, we're looking out for people like you with expertise, with understanding of our political system, both local and international, people who have their heart for Liberia.
Yeah, he has a media background too. So
to join us to grow this thing. And The good thing here is we are very accommodating. We listen to each other, no matter how extreme views you bring. I think it's part of the process. And don't mind, I thought we were myself on the same team. Everything we're talking here, in the end, he caught my skin. The Unity Party blow with blue.
Thank you. Don't say your Unity Party thing to my brother here. So thank you so much. It has been a wonderful show. With Legend, again, on behalf of the people of Nimba, the platform, we say welcome. I'm emphasizing that because I'm excited. We want to diversify and mix up the platform you are here. So over to you. I know you got to go to there. We've been here 3 hours now. So you can take up to 5 minutes. I know you don't talk that much. Give us your parting statement, and then you can call it a day.
And again, I want to wholeheartedly thank you all for the platform and my friend, brother Alvin, for a 40-minute opportunity to make a second appearance. My first appearance was all sports, one of my strongholds, one of my strengths. And today we diversify a little bit because, like I always tell people, the past election, I was starting to create more interest because, we in the diaspora and looking at what's unfolding in our country, starting to build more interest in the political landscape. But then the last election, we had to get a little more involved with the politics, and we had to take a side, which of course I took the side of President Bouakai. I've never been a member of UP. I've never joined any political institution, but I just thought it was that he was a better fit versus the rest of the other candidates. So it is in that direction that I supported him. But in conclusion, I want to say this platform is going to grow. You can see the potential, and I will admonish my brother Alvin, if we can scout the talent of a female representative on the platform. We love gender equality or some level of gender equilibrium to balance the platform or more so. It brings credibility, it brings love, it brings open-mindedness. People look at your platform a lot more different. So we look forward in the near future to have you incorporate a female on the platform. And all the topics that we touched on today, they were very meaningful, considering the CDC topic with President Weah wanting us a return to state power, while we think is inexpedient, considering he had it first go around. He was unsuccessful. We don't want him to return. Other people saw it differently. And the continuous discussion of the drug unfolding from people fail to realize this thing has persisted since Ellen's time. People don't go back to Ellen. Ellen, we fought drugs during Ellen's time. It persisted into President Weah's tenure. We dealt with 100 million drug case. There was a time, there was a guy, I don't know, people always forget, but I try to bring it up. There was a guy by the name of Duncan. Do your research. There was a guy by the name of Duncan. He was heavily aligned with the CDC. They said he was a class, we are some maybe foster brother or something of that nature. But
foster brother, you're right.
Yeah, he was caught with drugs in Liberia. People forget those things. Look, I think the trend are a lot of overtaking here, and I see the gentleman David, you very, very open-minded with your thoughts. You take a more neutral stand, even though you are a UPist, and the other gentleman love to speak on a diversified view. Like, he's not taking a definite stand. He's a neutral person. I think we should put country first. Even if I support President Bouakai, if I see something that is wrong with this government, I would start with the inception. When they had that fill in the inauguration ceremony, I was critical of them. When they had the sinister unveiling of the FOIA project, I was very outspoken about it. I think they should be coming with more information relative to that. And today, with the huge amount of drugs, that proliferation of drugs in our country, illicit drugs in our country, I'm still persistently vocal, very outspoken about it, and I think we should fight it. And in everything you do as a Liberian, be it in Liberia or in the diaspora, put your country first, and don't be thin-skinned. Be very, very open-minded to people criticizing. As long as they don't attack your person, don't take it personal. You can deal with them, but don't attack another person. Discuss the issue and know that you discuss the issue with the hope of benefiting of Liberia. Because if we didn't care for our country, we wouldn't be here. But we have love and passion for our country. That's why we continue to put our voices with the rest of the other voices on matters that are relevant to our country. Thank you, Harvey, again, and thank you to the rest of the panelists.
Yeah, thank you, my brother. I know you have to go. You can go.
Thank
You're
you.
in the group there, chat there.
Yeah.
Join us anytime. You see any guests on there that your schedule
Sounds
permits. We'll look forward to. I mean, the day I take you to Butuo, the people will know you well now.
Oh,
Because
definitely.
man, I can be on the BKS thing. You'll get a memo GB.
And I'm looking forward to going to that country because I love being on GB.
I'll take you there. Don't worry. I
bet.
don't want
All
on
right,
that
bro.
play.
I'll see
Thank
you
you
guys.
so much. Even though I'm not a godfather, I'll take you there. I thought the guy attacked me.
I mean, I think I went chicken go follow. No.
Yeah, but welcome back, my brother. So, Cyrus, I want you to go, and then we'll.
Well, thank you, CEO. Thank you, Arthur. Thank you, Mike, for being on the show. But, gentlemen, let me be honest with you, guys. During the days of the 2023 elections, I was not a supporter. I have never been a supporter of the Unity Party. And bringing President Baka on board by then, Kennedy Baka, I knew such a thing, the day like day will come, that Liberia will be in total disaster. Not because it's not a good man. Liberians, we are dishonest people to our own country. And Joe Baka being an old man, I knew they were going to take advantage of him. Today is happening. Because some of those folks who are drinking to him, claiming them to be investors, some of them, they know what they're doing. Just because they want fast money, and Baka is not that he does not have the energy to, some of the people they bring into here, he does not have the energy to sit there and read all. They will come and say, Papi, he's a good guy. He come from this point. He come here for investment. So they will just bring those folks and being an old man. Come on, I had a father who was 102 years old before he passed.
So we got a breaking news there. What's the name? Cyrus, I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off there. Breaking news just released on E Mansion. The President Baka has dismissed several people.
I was reading the thing. It's been there for a little bit now.
Yeah, 14 minutes. So let me see if I can something there. So
who are those?
So yeah, that's what I was going to say.
There are a lot of serious people. A lot of people. Session by session, I'm seeing a lot of people here.
Y'all call the name now.
Yeah, I want come in. That's Cyrus stopping me.
I'll give it to you. But no, it's a lot of people, though. There are a lot of people. Let me give you.
Very good. That's what I'm saying.
Mike Quia from Rawa International Airport. They got.
I think the CEO got a list. Let him go.
So the president has ordered the immediate dismissal, suspension, investigation of several government officials and law enforcement personnel. So it starts with the Mark Quia, the deputy director of operation, RIA, and then the commissioner of criminal investigation,
services,
Patrick Doe, and then that guy who took the 10,000, Johnny Dean. Okay, Johnny Dean has also been suspended, and then we have the president has also further recalled Patrick. What is it called? 702 Patrick Komasu.
Yeah, Patrick Komasu.
Patrick Komasu has also been taken off of there. And then Mohammed from DA, right? And then we have Mohammed Mora, Moses Jala, Anthony Blay, the police officer, the two police officers, the one that escorted the goose, and then Widell
For highway patrol.
Yeah, highway patrol, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got Moses
And then you keep 1 second on Cyrus. So he went down to Jamal Jala, Christian Yanti, and then you have Casey Nelson, and then Abeningo Jr. Yeah, those were the names. And they're from different ministries. They have the police, they have folks in the government. So he dismissed them. Mafasi, I will send a listing to you. But
those are not very familiar names.
Yeah.
They should say go down and dismiss.
No, those names have been surfacing, like Mike Queer from Route being there, and two police guys there, Anthony Blake and Wendell, they all been surfacing a lot.
But the Patrick Kumusu guy is the deputy DA ORC for operation, a very
big man.
Position.
A big man.
I thought when you hear me speak like that, those people are not supposed to even be in the government in the first place.
The president should dismiss the vice president for no effect in the drugs.
No. That's not what I'm saying.
But that's what I'm saying.
That's not what I'm saying.
We can hear you. So Cyrus, you can conclude, and then we'll go to the other guys. They can add. I just want to break that news.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Like I said, CEO, gentlemen, listen. I knew Joseph Boakai is not a bad guy, bad woman. A man who was privileged to live and see his father being 102 years old. I know what it means to live with old people. So the dishonesty in our country is the one that's killing this country. Most of the people that they are bringing to this old man, to them, they are doing good things, but the old man doesn't know a lot of these folks, and he does not have the strength to examine these people. And he rely on these government officials to help him out, to help the country. And this is how they are treating our country. If we really love Liberia, why should we be doing this thing to our own country? But again, it boils down to what I refer to as love for money in this country. Everybody, almost everyone here wants to get ahead. So it's a sad time for our country for to be in a position that we are in now. And now the dismissal and suspension here, I know people will be saying, oh, at least he had done this. Because that's the argument that coming out now. Why even go this route in the first place? These are people that you trusted and say you'll come and work for your country. So, CEO, again, the play our country is now, the only thing I can say is if we all not be careful, it's going to be tough for us. Those who are working in the government, sometimes when people talking, they think that we hate the government. For me personally, I don't hate this government.
Thank you.
When I came down, I saw some of the things Joseph Boakai, some of the things that are going on here. They started good. To be honest, they started good. Even though the scene dishonesty still play, some of the road end that is showing on the Facebook, when you take a good look, it's just a complete disaster. These folks will build those things like in Kakata. They put the cement in there, no sound, nothing. The thing is like this. And this, sometimes I think, I said, but what is going on with our country? If you want to do something, just do it one for all. Let be guaranteed. And these folks who are serving in some of the government positions, they have traveled out of country and they know where to have a valuable things guaranteed.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Liberian people believe in prayer. Let's pray for our country. Better days will come. and the people here will have a better day, and we'll see good government coming to power. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, Cyrus, I was going through the name there, Mafasin. It is very troubling as Cyrus was speaking. If you notice, most of the people that have been suspended are from the security sector. Like Arthur Ragley said, NSA, LDA, those are the guys.
I mean, you said what?
Oh, you didn't hear me? You guys hear me, right?
I didn't hear you.
I said the disturbing part is most of the folks who got suspended or who are involved, implicated in this, they are from either LDA or NSA, especially NSA. So that's scary. There are people that you would think would be entrusted to do what they're supposed to do, but no, security sector being compromised that way is scary. But Alfonso, state actor, I know you're in a car, you've been struggling to come on. You missed most of the part there, but I'll give you 3 minutes, 4 minutes to give us your parting comments. Alfonso. Yeah, the man struggling to know.
I've been seeing the cow.
They're struggling to that. I thought.
Oh, wait. He's traveling out of states or what?
The man at grammarian, the man who told me last night I can't speak English. I was speaking to you at grammarian. So let him go. Let him go.
The man going by CDC convention. But I thought, man, the president. To be frank, I want to commend him for taking action. Even though we want more, but at least we're satisfied. We like the steps that he's taking, right? Instead of the guy being just lingering around there and say, some of them were not even jail, they were not being accounted for. But now he has what he said them. I was in the letter, suspended them, fired them, and then forwarded them to the Justice Ministry for prosecution. So I think that's commending. We have to commend the president for that. But I thought over to you, your parting comment will go to Mafasin to close us out.
Okay, so CEO, thank you, veteran Mafasin. Thank you too for coming on the show, and also Big Brother Cyrus. Thank you for your input tonight. And let me close on the note, CEO. I set my university day from SUP, as Mafasin is my veteran SUP. And also to the United Party, Mafasin is also my veteran in the United Party. You getting me?
Yeah.
United Party is the only party that I know. National is my only party. To the extent that I serve as the former National Deputy Secretary General. And we have to go to convention 2028. I'll also be contesting there too. But I did not join the United Party knowing that United Party will do everything perfect. I know that there will be challenges. As also did not agree to work in this Boubacar government, knowing that Boubacar will do all things perfect. Since we took over 2 years, 7, 8 months now, I think where we are as a country is not where we were years back. Are there challenges? Yeah. Do we need to improve on them? Yes. If you catalog institution to institution, we have made some significant strides, starting from education, health, public works, transportation, even agriculture, and the rest of it. We have made significant strides as compared to where we were years back. Is there a room for us to improve? Yes. I know Mafasin is a partisan, Sion partisan who wants for us to do well. Do we still have time in our favor to do more? Yes, which I agree. But as time, we should take our own set time to discuss it. I know sometimes you get emotional and get angry about it. To the extent that we classify the president, say biologically, something may happen somewhere. I think my mind is not too good. Because mind you now, we gotta be careful. Our governance system, I was saying you and I, we will not support CDC. CDC, even you support them, they will say you are fake. They will not trust you. They will not even want to make business with you. And
I will never even support them.
Yeah, and our governing system now do not allow the president to be clean, and the vice president is dirty. Or the vice president to be clean and the president is dirty. Whatsoever that move along with the president, the vice president, the president, everybody following that same basket. So to have drawn the line with the vice president and then place the president, so it will not give us that opportunity. It will not give us that opportunity. The same liability the president carries, the same liability the vice president will carry in years to come. The same question. There's a room for us to improve. What the president did tonight with his dismissal and that surprise. There is no ministry and agency in this country since we took over, since President Bagato as president, that there have been issues, was a bordering on corruption, on integrity, that he has not taken action. Including his own nephew, Mother, where he was at Commerce. So I know that the issue with the justice, we are eager to see the good result, but I knew that indeed Baka would take action because he had been taking his own set time to study the situation because the just issues are critical issue. It's an issue that borders on national security. It's not an issue where because people politicize say you get rushed, then because you listen to radio post, oh, the DEA boss driver involved. So the parents will fire the DEA boss driver. The NSA deputy director is involved. Let the president fire the whole the NSA people. The police director, his 2 deputies involved. Let him fire the whole police people. The NIS, the other person involved, fire the whole, then we'll bring the whole government down. Only because as a result, people who are responsible enough, who are above ages, given opportunity to perform in a various position, and they did not perform, we cannot share that blame to their bosses who are up there. So I thought that, I knew that the president would take action based upon relevant document in his possession that come from various agencies, that come from various security agencies, linking those people, and that's the reason why you are seeing taking the action today. I know that as we progress, moving forward with the kind of action you are taking today, other people who are in security sector that will know now it will serve as a deterrent for them to prepare themselves better and do well in their various position. This trust issue, it is the first, like I keep saying, it is the first in our country that we see in government branding 19 plus 370 million just one day. It is even the first for the kind of huge arrest to be made. It is also even the first for foreign national, in my opinion, as far as my knowledge is concerned, foreign national will be arrested. It means that the government has started on a good note, and the president has the presidential will to express it to his lieutenants that you must do this. If you don't do it, this action will be taken against you. As in the past, you would not even hear about it. So I know there are issues, there are challenges, but I think we'll get there, and we are getting there gradually as a government and as a people. So see you, let me say thank you, and I was saying thank you for coming. At least you did well, you spoke to the issues, but I thought next time we should do it in a way that will be better to safeguard us for tomorrow.
So why I say I agree with it, man? Then you clapping for me.
But I know you agree. I think you agree.
I thought we're bad.
So let Arthur stay here. Let me take us home.
Yeah. It's trying to make it.
I think Arthur in a Gil adage, it says, the United Party is our party. We live for it, and we stood our grounds for it. And to see that years of hard work, get eroded by a few people, I think is something that is very frustrating. Like I've always said, those of us, the real United Party people who have been standing, even some of us are now within government, but I'm happy that Arthur is there, Alfonso Cotto is there, Bob Cato is there, Nelson Biangar is there. Because people who live their life for something, they should be able to live it. And my position tonight, I was just referencing history and what has happened in other countries. I'm not saying that to entirely denigrate Boaka. I'm not even denigrating him. But age factor is natural. It's one thing you can't argue. It's natural. The reason for which a man will born a child is to have a replacement when you are gone. Now, we saw the age factor in the American elections. And due to the closeness at which decision was made, it brought back Trump. Trump was a mistake that was supposed to be avoided, but it happened. Do we have such a classic example in Liberia? Yes. Another huge mistake that is very popular is waiting. And if you cannot put into effect mechanism that will prevent the replay of that mistake, we will soon sing the song we sing in America in Liberia. Believe it or not, at least I'm saying my own. Because you can't argue age. The minute, the second, the hour that passes by, changes are taking place in the body chemistry of any human being, let alone age of that nature. And some of the negative effect is that when your body is being taken over by age, the agility is no longer there. So you rely on your surrounding. And from the inception to now, what we've gotten to see is that the surrounding is not solid enough to rightfully advise our aged president into taking a decision that will reflect his experience. I can tell you, Boaka of 2017, great. A lot of things that are going on will not have gone on. And he become president of 2017. But moving forward, he's getting old. And I think the reason we have a vibrant young deputy who has climbed the ladder of governance is to provide the necessary training and ready him just in case. We are speaking the just in case. And one thing some of us will not do is to think that everything is right only because it's our party. No. The first thing I would tell anybody before Unity Party, there was Liberian. I was Liberian before I became a Unity partisan. So when it comes to any issue that borders on national interest, the first instant I will take will be Liberia before Unity Party. And that's is one thing that we caution. When I talk about more has to be done, because some of the names that being dismayed that we're hearing between you and myself, honestly, breaking some of those people in government is to set yourself for failure. So to me, they are not the real people. In my view, they were a disappointment before coming to government. So they have been there, they just proving themselves. They like to say they meet is recent, let me put it on the fire. And some of them, who knows their own political interest, who knows their own ideology, what they stood for in the past? Zero. You know, classic thing is, I thought, well, a staunch Unity Party person may assistant defense minister, then somebody who live and dine with the CDC say, no, I don't want that person, and they change you. These are some of the things we're talking about. The vetting process, how some of these people got there. So they are hired. We should dig deeper and make sure that they are out. So CEO, I think it was a great show. It was actually a great show. When it comes
I said it was a great
Yeah,
show.
when it comes to
I thought
drugs,
you disagree with me.
when it comes to drugs, I've always said, let's go back to Joe Waddy's TRC statement and start to strengthen security. Because when you allow the cartel to have access to your system, it's like virus attacking your computer. All the vital organs of the system will be compromised.
Right.
You will have, nowadays, look at the level of ambitions. Somebody who knows deeply that they're not qualified to be anything. They want to be something.
Thank you.
So if a cartel comes to that kind of person with money, they will take it. So the cartel will produce all the leaders you think about.
Oh yeah,
On
they got in there connected.
Yes.
I'm looking at the thing here. They are connected. They are really, really connected in the
So
government.
the president has to be ready.
Yeah.
Ready. And weed out everybody. That's the only time we can make a better U-turn.
Thank you. I thought that's my message there. When, congratulations on the first step. I mean, we joke on about that, but this is serious. I think this is a good move, and I don't think it should just stay with suspension and dismissal. I think there should be investigation and ultimately arrest. Because if we want to stop this thing, we can just dismiss, suspend without pay, and then the people go about their business. Then it will not deter future occurrences. Yeah. So I think.
But that's what the communication says, that it should be 10 words for prosecution.
Yeah, prosecution. So, but great show. Yeah, it's been a wonderful show. Thank you so much for coming. It was a wonderful show. I know we all had a packed, team here today, and we discussed the drugs thing. I think tomorrow will even be more because of this dismissal and other things. Who knows what news will break tomorrow? But thank you so much for coming. Thanks to our followers. We say thank you, and thanks to everyone who else listening to us on air.
Good night, Mr. Atto.
Yeah. So
okay. Good night.
Alfonso will come back. Alfonso will be back tomorrow. Sarah, so you and he can. All right, brother. Have a good night, guys.